Cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe, cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe. Cannot breathe. Cannot see.
Yeah, happy. We just did it.
One. I've heard so many.
Well, we're gonna talk about it here in a second. We just not yet. So we're live right now. Welcome everybody.
Text it to that group, Kyle.
Happy holidays. This is a special happy holiday edition, as you guys saw the intro right there. We're on location, so I apologize for the alarming look that we have here. We're actually at Island Designs. James from Island Designs has let us use his studio. Well, I don't know if it's not a studio, it's his workplace actually, to do the show. And as you guys see on the screen, we've got Quinn joining us as well from Iconic Paintball and ProPaintball.com. And
no more Pro Paintball.
You know what? Screw those guys. No more Pro Paintball. We're Iconic right now, right? It's all Iconic.
I don't write with them anymore. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Never mind. It's all Iconic. And that makes sense because I feel like you're doing a much better job with the Iconic stuff. What you're doing with it is pretty cool.
Appreciate that.
And I'm really excited for it. Hopefully I know that you snubbed the Spick and Span show on a nod there, but it's okay. We didn't want to take everybody's lunch money right away. We gotta let the PTG guys, win something here and there, from time to time. They do a good thing over there.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But no, what you're doing is really cool, and I know that you and I have talked about it in the past about doing this the Hall of Fame thing, and I think that that's something that paintball needs, and I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing now because that will help with get the legwork going.
Yeah, man, we got to get on that Hall of Fame thing eventually because I feel like there's been a bunch of attempts in the past, and they need to bring along here soon.
Right. And that's something, obviously a work in progress, and we can work on something along those lines once you get this the Iconic Awards. But the Iconic Awards are actually kind of in a sense. Very similar to what I was working with, but I like yours are kind of like the year in review kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And Nick Sloviak did remind me, as you have also, is that there is a Paintball Hall of Fame, but it's not really. There isn't really a Paintball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I more so want to do it like me and you kind of talked about, Ryan, more so like focusing on the players, just because, I mean, you look at every other professional sports Hall of Fame, like they're not bringing, some random equipment manager getting a spot in the Hall of Fame or something. I think it needs to focus on the players, so hopefully we can do that too.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's something that can help to, it'll also give mention to the players who are no longer playing. Right?
Yeah.
The actual Hall of Famers, not the guys that are the best Dorito players this year or the best Snake guys this year. It'll give recognition to Rocky Cagnoni, to Todd Adamson, to Billy Saransky, to Crystal Soya, all those guys that have been legends of the game for the past several decades. Before most of us even played paintball. So, and I think that that's important that we do something like that. So we're not just
absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what I tried to capture with the awards too, man. I mean, a lot of these pro players are putting a lot of work and a lot of time in, so I think it's important to recognize that.
Right. Cool. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see the big winners, the people who take. When are you going to announce all the winners for the Iconic?
Soon. So I have four more categories we're going to announce yet. We have Icon of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and then Move of the Year, as well as Game of the Year. We're going to announce them here over the next couple of days, and then pretty much right after the holiday season, we're going to do the voting with our board throughout the holiday kind of break, and then we'll come out with all the winners at that point.
Okay, and the board again is who?
It's myself, Maddie Marshall, Rich Telford, and Tom Cole.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
Yeah, kind of what we're doing. It's not going to be like a, hey, this guy just voted for, say, Ryan as the insert player of the year, because you're nominated for that. So each judge is going to rank each nominee 1 through 5. So if you get ranked as a number 1 spot, that's going to earn you 5 points. If you get ranked as a 5th, that gets you 1 point. And then the cumulative total for each guy, whoever has the most points in that category, wins it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that is cool. That's a clever way of doing it for sure. Yeah, again, I'm excited. I'm excited to see that. And you also, and Kyle and I. It's funny because Kyle and I have our sources. We have sources. We have our ears to the ground as much as we can throughout the week, and we're not gonna divulge who all of our sources are. Neither should I say you are, but you have the juicy news and details that you post and you showcase quite a bit and pretty often, and I'm jealous. It made me jealous. I know I saw Kyle. I was like, "Damn, dude."
Well, I'm in a kind of a unique position, man. It's kind of hard for you guys to blow up a lot of these guys' spots because they kind of put their trust within the pro player group that you're not going to be, putting all their laundry out. But, I kind of talk around and try to get all the info when I can. Obviously, I don't like to air dirty laundry and things like that, but I think it's important for there to be some transparency within the pro league with, where guys are going. Because, say LJ Parrish is your favorite player. You want to know what's going on with him, where he might be next season. You don't want to kind of everything hidden until their first event. So I think it's great to talk about.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, and that's what we're going to talk about now. This isn't the last episode before the New Year's, but this is definitely the last episode before the holidays. Before the big holiday, which is also why we have some pretty killer giveaways. I'm actually at Island Designs right now, and he made us some cool spick and span little cards here with sticker sheets. Got the Tiger Wear. It's got mine and Kyle's faces on them, and a couple of.
We got those over here.
Yep, got those at the house.
Nice.
These are going out to our super mega support status members, along with some spick and span bands that David Rome created for the crew. But we're gonna give away some of these things in the holiday spirit, along with a handful of other stuff, because that's what we do. I mean, everybody is here because they like watching us and listening to the juicy news. But in reality, they're just here to hopefully win some prizes. But so we wanted to go. It's funny. I don't know exactly where, Kyle. Maybe you remember where the whole the juicy rumor. We started these alleged rumors, right? These alleged leads, and some of them ended up coming true. And then everybody in the chat was like, "Oh, those are juicy rumors, like juicy," and we just ended up getting really excited about it, and that's why it just clicked and made total sense to get you on the episode. To help share.
Yeah, man, I appreciate to be on. I did that's why I started kind of centralizing all of it too on my website, because I felt like to get rumors and stuff right now, you got to kind of really scrape through all the Facebook groups and everything. So I was just like, let's just put everything in one spot to, make it really easy. But, There's a ton of stuff I also don't have on there yet or don't put on, that I'm more than happy to jump in and talk about as well.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, yeah, like I was telling Kyle, is when I texted you, you said, should we go with the rumors that are for sure confirmed, or the ones that are like, oh, we could get in trouble for saying this? And I said, absolutely, everybody's gonna want it. Well, actually, here, let's leave it up to everybody. Does everybody here want to know the possible rumors, or do you guys want to know the things that might get us in trouble type of rumors?
We don't want big paintball to come after us, right? Or do we? Who cares?
Yeah, Avery Gibson, that's right. Let's get these likes up a little bit higher. Yeah, spill it. They want the juice that fruit. They want all of it.
We can't give the good stuff until we're at least at 50 or 75 likes, right?
Yeah. We're gonna give the good stuff. So let's do this. Let's get a couple of confirmed moves. Obviously, Archie confirmed move to Dynasty. That's not news. No one really cares about that one.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, the one will kind of jump into a mix to start. So half of it's confirmed, the other half is kind of the speculation of it. So forever, for I mean 2 or 3 months now, there's been huge amounts of rumors surrounding NRG Elite and the supposed big spending spree they're getting ready to go on here this off season. I think we finally got our first piece of the potential of that because they let go of Zach Freeze and Eddie Dawes. They seem like they're going to be joining Caroline and Crisis in the semi-pro division. So suddenly that kind of opens up 2 or maybe 3 spots on that NRG Elite roster, and it's kind of maybe clarifying a bit more that, yeah, they are going to go out and kind of start spending some money here. I've heard a lot of names. The ones that seem to kind of be centered around is one, a guy that's in here in this chat right now, Nick Sloviak. I've heard his name thrown around a lot. And then LJ Parrish and Corey Hall. I've heard it seems like they're trying to go after that whole trio on the Ironmen.
Wow.
Which, I think would be a big signing for them. I think they really kind of showed a little bit there towards the end of the season that their core guys have some talent there. They just kind of need to bring in a veteran that can kind of show them how to win. Mm-hmm. So I think it would be interesting because kind of get on top of that, if there's some truth to that, what the hell are the Ironmen doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, what the hell have the Ironmen been doing? You know what I mean? I think that's absolutely right. And there was also the rumor, yeah, that if they lose those 3 guys, that would be pretty detrimental. There's also John Jackson, I believe, is kind of on his way out as well. I know he's getting married in January, so next month. So once you get married,
most of those contracts are up. Like most of those guys' contracts.
Yeah, I know the contract thing with Ironmen is kind of messed up right now as well, because I know they used to pretty much be like, hey, you got to sign a contract if you're here, but then, a couple guys kind of came and went and kind of broke that between, like Greg kind of got into that a little bit, with the contract issues. So, from what I can tell, it seems free game. And being that Peyton Tabata is confirmed, he's 100% gone. He's not going back to Ironman. He's in the Navy now. It's looking like Silos is going to be getting signed by the Latin Saints, which I've been kind of talking with their ownership on a little bit, and that seems more likely than not, to me at least. I think that's more than rumor. So you really got to ask, say just those 2 guys are gone and walked. I mean, they maybe have like 5 guys on the roster, including guys like Nick and LJ and John.
Well, we just named 6 guys off their roster that might be gone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
it's the 6 starters.
We're including Corey, Nick, and LJ in that. I think they have like 3 bodies left from the World Cup roster. So you got to wonder, what are they going to do? Because it's not going to be easy to bring guys into that program if all those guys are gone.
What's wild too is I don't know if we talked about this on the last show that we did, Ryan, but I had talked to someone, a professional player, when I was down at the MXL, and he was saying that he thought that the owner of the Latin Saints wanted to make it strictly South American players only.
I think it was Latin players with Latin descent. I don't know if it's you have to be born on Latin soil or like Silos. If Silos goes, I feel like he would fall under that category. I don't know exactly.
So they have to check. You have to show your 23andMe heritage result.
Yes.
Honestly, Kyle, I've heard that, and the guys, I'm not going to name these names, but guys that have now confirmed going to other teams have gotten like fairly sizable contract offers, and they all just happen to be Latin American descent. So
well, yeah,
I don't know specifically, but it seems like I think a big thing just behind that is they just really want to show that you can build a sick pro team out of South and Central America, and they're putting together a nice roster right now. So I guess we'll kind of see, but
yeah, I've heard some of those numbers. They're definitely sizable.
I've heard a couple of numbers where I'm like, most pros aren't making these numbers. So
let's stop talking about the numbers and let's talk about the numbers though. I heard $30,000. I heard $30,000 is like a solid offer, or is a solid offer, but I heard that was an offer made to one of the players that is considering playing with the team. I think that's
numbers
I heard more than that.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Confirmed. A couple lower end guys were getting like 15, 20,000 range. I have heard those 30, 40,000 numbers, which are wild.
And I'm talking. This is cash. This is
okay. I'll release it here first. I was kind of, through another player, and I just threw something out crazy that I knew was probably not going to work. So I said 100,000.
Say again?
But it's 100,000. That's what I said. Obviously, that didn't go through. But the second one to that, the counteroffer was very sizable. But
Let's hear it. Let's let it rip.
Let it out, man.
Yeah,
it's about half.
about
Oof.
half.
That's
So-
a good price, man.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
made you say no? Happy at Impact, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I don't feel like I would want to. If I'm going to do something like that, I want it to be like pretty much, it's going to change my life. I don't think that, a
You
couple.
want that Ollie money.
Yeah.
couple, thousand, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 is not going to change much about my.
And
my life.
that's because
But,
that's also just to clarify for everybody, our viewership and also YouTube. That's because we live in California. That number is substantially different when you move just outside of the coastline.
Yeah, what does that get
Yeah,
you? Like
yeah.
a week of brunch or something?
That
you get
pays
for
that
doing
pays
that?
1 year's rent.
Yeah, yeah, 1 year's rent. 50,000 definitely.
Yeah, but
That's like
I mean, I don't know though, man. But these guys, he's spending money, man. Because
Yeah.
I mean, he got Diego away from the Russian Legion, who just had signed him, and you had to think he was probably excited about playing with the Russians. But I heard the number for him was pretty crazy.
What'd you hear?
I don't want to give out too much charge because he's a confirmed sign. I don't be putting the man's money out there, But like I said, man, the guys that said no, I've heard in that 30,000, 40,000 range for upper tier guys, and they said no to that. Which the guys spending money, man. I wouldn't be surprised if in another year or two this is going to be a top program just by the sake that this guy's willing to put the resources into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and possibly squash that rumor before it even happens, and I'm gonna be surprised if in a year or so they are still a pro team.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of tough too, because that same thing happened with Art Chaos.
Yeah, I mean the big thing is, so you have two things, right? So Art Chaos is a great example, right? They had a powerhouse pro team that they put together with funding, and guys like Fedorov, Malloy was on the team. Kyle, you didn't play on the US team, did you, Kyle?
No, but I was just going to bring that up. Same thing like I was just talking about, but that's what I only played one season with Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ryan was giving me five or seven guns, just scraps off the table. And they offered me $25,000 a year, and I said no to that. Just because I, liked where I was at. But they, and I think Brandon Short was actually the one who was like, teams like that, they don't last long. They might be here for a year, but
Yeah.
who knows,
Well, that and just the competition side of things, right? So, how long can someone sink money into a team, and for it to be a hobby, right? You have Alex Martinez, obviously who has a paintball field and a huge love for the game and has been it forever. Bart Yakmak did it for his sons to begin with and is now a huge supporter of paintball and loves the sport tremendously. You got Randy, who also his son played. He sunk a ton of money in to make a powerhouse team. Luckily, his son Ryan started playing on the team again and is playing really well. But those guys are really competitive. They all enjoy the sport. They all enjoy the team and all the camaraderie that comes along with that. Now you have this new guy, Diego, who is getting ready to spend buku bucks to create a team. Now the problem is the quality of players going to be able to live up to the pro standard? Are they going to be able to compete? And Charlie's another great example. Charlie from LL Kings, he's funding this team, and he's incredibly passionate about the sport. But how long are you going to be able to fund a team which A is not successful or is unsuccessful, or B, what if he just gets like, you know what, I want to do motocross now, or I want to go do speedboating, or I want to go drive race cars. Like when you have that type, I don't know what this guy's, how deeply involved he is in paintball, or how invested is, aside from financially, he is in paintball. And then on top of that, I just don't think that the team is going to be that competitive, straight up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I look at it a little differently. I think Diego is kind of in a unique scenario because if you really look at like South and Central America, it really is an emerging market within competitive paintball. So I think from his standpoint, if he invests correctly in his pro team, he can really kind of use that to vault, a capitalized platform in South or Central America that kind of make money to fund his team. So I think he has a little bit of an advantage compared to just like a typical kind of U.S. guy coming in and writing blank checks, because that a lot of the time those guys aren't really established in the paintball industry in any way to kind of generate more money out of it. But I think he's in a position where he could spend a few years playing with the team, doing something he wants to do, and kind of build that into something that can actually make some money back.
And that'll be interesting to see. I think that's incredibly important, and that's a really good point that you make there. Is he going to monetize it rather than just using it as like his show horse, right? Are you going to monetize this in any way? Are you going to open up a field? Are you going to invest in a field? Are you going to do training seminars? I think the Russians have done a good job down in Central and South America as far as building programs and getting players and whatnot. And I don't know, are the Russians out?
I haven't heard that they're I don't know where that rumor originated. For some reason it was going around World Cup. I've heard nothing on that front. That ownership group has been around for 20 years now. I highly doubt they spent all this time and money building this staff and team out to just call it quits. Again, I've heard nothing about that. I've heard nothing on my inner kind of NXL channels saying that they're not coming out next season. I think that was just a random kind of weird rumor. One thing I do want to touch on quick while we're talking about the Saints, though. Let's talk about the team they bought the spot from. So I put a small story out about that. No one on the team had any idea that team was sold, as they were playing at World Cup. And I mean, the deal was done weeks before that. How fucking crazy is that?
Yeah.
Well,
it was so funny too. A lot of people, I think, just didn't know what happened, and this is also something I wanted to talk about too. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. The team, who's the other really good semi-pro team that everyone was thinking should went up to pro? Blastcamp, yes. Blastcamp. Everyone was like, "Well, no, this should have been Blastcamp." But I don't think people realized it was purchased. It wasn't the NXL said, let's decide to bring them up just because we think they should be here.
Yeah, for sure.
What I was going to say about that too, though, is it'd be interesting with these other rumors we're talking about, like the Russians, or what potentially could happen to the Ironmen. If that's a possibility that maybe one or two of those or both teams drop out, and then some other teams get pulled up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still know, from what I hear generally, too, talking about teams pulling up, Blastcamp is still looking for a spot to buy from every metric of what I've heard. I have heard there's one other team yet that could potentially be done, more so for a funding-related thing than anything. I'm still kind of talking with their owner a bit about it to get the full thing. I don't want to, throw it out there yet. But
juicy.
I think there's a possibility of it happening yet.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's better.
It's better now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, your mic was really, really low.
I was using AirPods. I thought those would work better.
Oh, no, this is the move.
So I noticed Soviak is super quiet about this potential him out of LA. What's up with that?
Dude, what's crazy is I'm looking at Nick Sloviak's profile picture here on this, and I don't want to jump to any conclusions. But looking at his profile picture, I swear, 2 weeks ago, his profile picture he was wearing an Iron Man jersey, and now it's just him wearing a regular mask. I'm not trying to count my ducks play Clue right now, but
is that not because maybe it's because he doesn't want to get Omicron from?
He might have changed his profile picture, and this could be the first Clue.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I look at the Iron Man situation. It's honestly tough right now. I think it's great that Nikki has kind of trailblazed into the pro division as the first female coach. But I think we're seeing very rapidly the guys that are really, the people that are really good coaches, it's hard to be at that level. And I think when you have an organization like the Ironmen, I mean, you need to be consistently elite. So I've kind of baffled what their plan's going to be if these guys walk. Because I've even heard stuff about LJ is talking to multiple teams. LJ Parrish. This isn't just one or two teams are kicking around. There's some big players looking to sign LJ. Mm-hmm. I tend to lean towards, I think we might see him with Kyle maybe next year in Edmonton, just because we got that kind of Cali Open event where, I mean, he pretty much plugged in seamlessly, looked really comfortable with those guys.
That's right.
And I mean, he's a serious one, man. I mean, he can play pretty much any spot on the field in an attacking role, and I think he would be a huge boost for you guys just because it gets you that much more versatility at the one spot. But if he goes there, I don't think I'd be surprised at all because I've heard his name connected to that.
Oh,
It could
interesting.
be a good potential pickup.
That would be. You know, we talked about grabbing LJ kind of like a couple of events ago when we had the injuries and the mid-season departures and stuff like that. We obviously didn't move on LJ at all because if we took him, then we wouldn't be able to have a place to practice at. We don't trust that if we took anybody from Ironman, especially mid-season or even off-season, that the Ironman the Victory Paintball Park would let us play paintball there. So that's why we
He's good.
But
too, man.
we taught you that because we can't play there as a team.
exactly. You guys can't play there as a team because you guys took A-Rod mid-season. So we learned that was something you don't do. But I could see that. You know, Quinn, I didn't think of it that way. That he has already played with him. I forgot that he played the Sacramento event for him, and he actually played really well, like you said. That's
Yeah, and I mean, I don't no one really talked about it after that, which was weird to me because I felt for like a year now, why is LJ still in Los Angeles? So I think it's an all but guarantee to me at least from what I heard that he's definitely probably not going to be back there. Time will tell, I guess, a little bit, but as many teams that are talking to him, I can't imagine it's going to be more than, a couple weeks till we hear where he's going to end up. And Anna, you kind of mentioned too, before we get off the Ironman, like even with John, man, like he's played a lot of years in pro now. He's been playing competitive paintball a long time. I mean, Pro Edge, his business has really been blowing up and growing. So I would be surprised, like if we don't see John at all next year. I think if kind of the Ironmen begin to fall apart a little bit, he's probably got to be questioning, what am I doing here?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just says, look, I'm putting all the focus into my business. It's working well right now, and he just goes that route. But again, I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Someone said Nick to Infamous. I could see that.
I could see that. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I've heard Infamous has multiple guys lined up that they're planning to sign because A, they got to fill Greg's void, and B, their roster is still getting older. They need to get some youth in there. But again, even bringing Nick in, that's a huge, huge gun. Nick is really, really good. I'm admittedly a pretty big Iron Man fan. I'm pretty much only reason I watched them this year outside of for writing was just to watch Nick because I think he's a great player. So I think he would be really good there because Cody Mikowski is an animal. So putting Nick back there with him would be dangerous.
Yeah. I could see that.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised for Infamous to try to make some big moves too. I mean, I know for a fact at the beginning of last year they were trying to grab Mouse, J-Rab, and Matt Jackson before Matt came to our team.
That's a check right there.
Yeah.
And sizable amount.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other guys, but I think Mouse's was pretty big.
Yeah.
Speaking of this too, because I don't want to keep going on tirade. Speaking of Mouse, I'm not saying the team because I'm not putting him under the heat. Someone was trying to pay him a fucking truckload of money to leave Impact.
This year or last year?
This year, like now. And
Really?
I not think it's going to happen because why would Mouse leave Impact? Like, that's the perfect situation. But there is a team
for a truckload of money.
What?
For a truckload of money, that's why.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to sign someone like Mouse. I legitimately think you got to pay Mouse probably $100,000 to get him off of Impact. Like,
yeah. I mean,
since someone offers him 50 or 60, 70, why would he not just go back to Bart and say, "Hey, I just got offered 60"? And
That's what he. That's just so we're clear. That is exactly what he does.
Yeah,
which is smart.
He's
Yeah.
worth every penny, man. He's an animal.
Yeah.
I mean, that was. I think that's what happened last year. Infamous came at him with a pretty big offer, and he called me and he's like, "Man, I don't even know if I want to leave. Even I get less than that offer right now, and I don't even know if I would take it for it." So he is happy with the team, and I think that it would take a pretty big amount, like you said, to get him away from the team.
Hey, also too, what is this Nick saying? He talked to Ryan today and he's quit the Ironman? What's that?
No. He said he quit Ironman yesterday. He might have been talking about John Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Clarify.
Yeah.
Oh, so Kovar is going to Austin Notorious. Michael Kovar.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm not
Interesting.
saying this in like a negative way. Like those guys leaked that they were signing a top 5 pro player. Like
Oh yeah, remember
months ago.
I said that. I
I'm
said
not
that.
being mean, man. How is that a top 5 pro player signing?
Yeah.
Like he didn't even play this year.
Wait, Austin Notorious? That's the team?
That's what was getting
No,
leaked
do you
like a
remember?
month ago.
Yeah.
Ryan, this is
Yeah, I know.
that rumor
Yeah.
I said.
But that can't be the guy. I bet you they're picking up an actual top 5 guy also.
Who would leave if you're a top 5 pro, you're not leaving the pro division to go play semi-pro. Like it's too much of a
Unless
it's too
there's a
much
truckload
risk.
of money.
Unless you're getting $100,000, you
Well,
might.
it could
But
be.
what you run the chance, like say you get stuck there and you don't win the spot, you're gonna just rot in semi-pro another year or crawl
No,
back to
you'll
pro.
do what A-Rod did.
Yeah, get the truckload of money and then go sign for another team if you're over it. And here I'll also clarify. You know, the other thing is if you have less obligations. So imagine if you're a player that has to work or whatever. You're Michael, who's kind of taking some time off, and he's like, I want to come back, and I don't really want to have to like try too hard. You could easily sign with Austin Notorious. You could have fun. The stress level is a little bit less. Maybe you don't have to practice as much, and you're just kind of doing these things, and you get a ton of cash, and you're happy. You know, some people don't care about the competition as much. And now another thing is, imagine you're on a competitive team, but it's you're like a bottom 10 team, right? Or you're maybe like the best guy on, Ironman, right? You're one of the better guys on Ironman. Why wouldn't they go play on a team that's not as competitive or semi-pro team just to kind of help your buddies out? And you get a boatload of cash, like a wad of cash, like what a lot of people have said. And I believe what Nick was saying, clarifying everything, was LJ has already quit the Ironman, so he's officially.
And
not on the team.
he just said John Jackson's done too.
And John Jackson is out. John Jackson and LJ Parrish
Jeez.
officially announced here on the show, confirmed, are out.
That's as much juice as you could want, man. I mean,
We're dropping some.
I mean, is this
juice.
not what is the Ironman next year? So let's look at their roster. If you look at what they went into Cup with, that leaves them basically Zach Carter, Al Fernandez, which Al's been there forever. I can't imagine he would just suddenly decide to leave. But Corey Hall, which I've heard Corey's probably gone too. I mean, that literally leaves them 2 guys on that roster, and everyone else is gone. And what do? If you want to get big hitters in, and you're not spending a truckload of money, you need like a Todd Martinez, you need like a Shane Pistani, you need guys like that to pull these talents in. Do they even have a roster next year at this
Yeah,
point?
because you know that those DM 17s are not flying off the shelves. So you gotta hit them with a ton of DMs or you gotta do something. You gotta do something with some loot.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, they could go that route they did a few years ago when they just bought like an entire roster and just made them the Iron Men again.
Yeah. That's an option as well. You know, it's going to be tough though, especially if you have a team, because we've got, like you said, how are you going to get guys on that team? But then you kind of answer the same question with the Austin Notorious guys as well.
Yeah. Hey, to say as well, because this was a rumor I wanted to talk about, and
Let's
I
hear
just got
it.
a message about it. So LJ Woodley, for like a while, I've been beating down everyone's door trying to like, where the hell is LJ Woodley going? I hadn't heard much interest. Like there was not a lot of teams calling him up, but I just got a message saying that we might get some news about LJ signing somewhere soon. I mean, where do you guys think he could end up?
That's tough.
Yeah.
You know, I've asked a bunch of players about LJ. I like LJ. He's a great guy. He has some great points. He plays really well. I just, everybody said it just doesn't fit in well. You know, on
Yeah,
the
I've
team.
heard the same thing, man. I heard he does not fit a lot of teams' chemistry.
Yeah.
So you have to think if he's signing somewhere, it's a lower tier team that's willing to pay him. That says, hey, bring in some better leadership here and kind of take hold of the ship a little bit, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't imagine he's going to go to like a top 5 team right now. I don't know who that would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would go back to X Factor. I mean, I guess there's a low probability that he could go back to Heat, but I don't think that would
Alex
be
said,
the
"Be
case.
careful of picking up LJ. He's going to end up going at your girlfriend's house."
Yeah, I don't know who else that would be, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle,
maybe like
do you
Rebo?
think you guys are going to sign him?
Sign LJ?
Yeah.
No.
what else you want to? Let's jump in more stuff. Let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Another guy I want to talk about, Mark Barola. So he walked away from Thunder willingly. I am hearing rumors from guys on the teams that he reached out to both NYX and Revo, and they both turned him down. What does that mean?
Huh.
Wait, who again?
Mark Barola from Thunder. He left the team. Their snake player.
Oh wait, so he left and he didn't have a deal signed?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, that's a bold move. That's a bold move to jump ship before you have another place to land.
Yeah, for sure.
I can see LJ Woodley going to NYX actually.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would work, man.
Yeah,
kind of
that would
fit
work.
that chaos a little
Yeah.
I heard there might be NYX guys that want to get out and kind of move on to different pastures as well.
Yeah, man, they're an interesting camp. I feel like of every pro team, they're the most split. It kind of seems like they have kind of two sides to how that team is. You kind of have like the more loud persona, kind of in your face camp, and then the more like consummate professional guys that are on that team. So I could imagine after a while it would get a little fatiguing to kind of always have that shit talking kind of personas going on if you're not winning events. So I could definitely see a couple guys leaving. I think still, I don't know why Jerry Caro, like, a big team needs to sign him and get him to get a little bit of consistency, because I think he's, talent-wise, he's probably, I think, one of the top snake players in the league just based on pure talent. He's just very hot and cold. I think if he would end up with like a hot pro team, he could really kind of latch on.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see where he. Well, I thought for sure as of two episodes ago that Revo was going to be done, because I'm pretty sure that I don't know. I heard maybe that Darula and Zupa are going to go to Damage. I haven't got that confirmed. I don't know if you have that in your notes, Quinn, but I heard that they were getting ready to get out of town, and with that, I figured that the team would be kind of hurting. But then I saw that they just signed 2 new players.
Who did Sense go to?
Sense he's not leaving. That was like a nonsense rumor. Maybe.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, Henry essentially owns Revo more or less. I mean, he's been there since they were a D5 team, so he's not just going to suddenly walk away after 15 years with them. But as you did mention, though, they did sign Benny Carroll, which, I mean, Ryan, you've known and seen Benny around for like 15 years. He used to play pro with the Hurricanes the first time around. He was honestly probably he was absolutely the best player on the semi-pro Hurricanes this year, who almost won a pro spot. So I think Benny is kind of their guy they're bringing in almost to replace Zaleski with his retirement. Just because he kind of plays a similar role where he can play the one spot everywhere, and he kind of brings a little bit of veteran presence. One thing with Revo as well that I think is important to note, they have a guy that's kind of come into their ownership group that apparently has a ton of money that he is willing to spend to help grow this team.
Okay.
So I think that might play into a little bit too, because, there's still like a legitimate probably 10 really high-end pros that are kind of available right now that, don't necessarily have a home. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some of them go to Revo even.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know.
You know who's a good pickup? Underrated. Well, I don't think he's underrated for the pros, but Darula.
Yeah.
That guy's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's my favorite player on that team, and actually one of my, top favorite players to watch too.
Mm-hmm.
Like his style.
Yeah,
he's so quiet, man. He's not a guy that's going to make a lot of noise and get in your face. So I think he kind of flies, and especially how Revo plays. I mean, what do we see out of them all the time?
Yeah.
They kind of look bad in prelims. They make a decent Sunday run, and then they kind of fizzle out. So I think
because they only have 6 guys by that time.
We always joke.
One of them's
Trevor.
in a sling.
We're like Trevor. Darula's the Revo version of Trevor Reeser.
Yeah.
They're both kind of quiet guys. Play that 2 role. Not scared to go bunker people and get in the mix.
How do we add? We got to call Alex here. Alex is chomping at the bit here.
I think. Hold on. I can add him in this text stream, and then I think you just call 3.
Yeah, add him in here because he's we need to get him in as well, because he's got some good stuff, and I know Quinn, you like talking to Alex as
Dude,
well.
Alex had me dying when he was on PTG the other night. Made that big argument about everyone else for Snake Player of the Year, and then picked himself.
Oh yeah,
Man, I don't know. There's I don't even think I'm like a tenth of the way into my rumor list that I typed out for this show.
I know
There's a lot of stuff.
we're getting the juicy stuff.
And
we're way over. We're way over the 75. We're just over the 75 likes also, and we're gonna give an air horn real quickly. One to Nick Sloviak, thanks for being in there. An EP, and then Dizon, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, man. Happy holidays as well to you, my friend.
I get a piece of that $50.
Yeah, dude, we got you, man. We're donating to the the trophies over there. We're also gonna
they were cheap.
Yeah, I know. We got to get those paid for. We're definitely gonna send you some stickers and some other stuff from the Spick and Span show for being on here. That's
So
for sure.
if we want a big rumor, and this is one I feel like pretty confident on, it's like a shady rumor in a sense of
Let's
where
hear
my
it.
source came from on it.
Yep.
So it's allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I think we're going to see Smotrov in Houston this year.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I could see
I
that.
think he's done with the Red Legion.
I can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
So two reasons why, on top of the actual rumors I have. One, I mean, he's real tight with all the Philly guys, the main core of Heat. And two, I mean, he's young and he has a really, really good future in paintball left in front of him. And he's kind of rotting a little bit on that roster. I can't imagine it's fun playing where you're like basically running 5 guys every point, every event, and you're not getting results on top of that. And I've heard from a couple sources, I hear Heat is planning on getting rid of 2 bodies. I don't know who they are.
I heard that too.
I heard Sam Monville is gone.
Rumor, man, but I don't know who the 2 would be. I mean, if you want to speculate on that, I'll go down that road with you. But
I heard Sam Monville, and I can see. I don't think that Ryan Smith would get cut, but I could see Ryan Smith going, "Oh, I'll make some room for somebody." So I could easily just sit because he's such a nice guy in that
dude, he was
respect.
so good this year.
He played incredibly well. I was really happy to see him play quite a bit this year for sure because he took time off, and so yeah.
Yeah, I think speculation with who the 2 might be is interesting. Like, obviously, Mishka, Fedorov, Chad George, Tyler, like, clearly those 4 guys aren't going anywhere.
Well, it depends, though. How's Mishka's visa? That's a big...
I'd assume he's fine, man. I mean, he's worked it out for how many years?
I know, but they expire, and when they expire, it's impossible. It's really difficult to renew right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. The way I've heard this is they're like cuts. They're not like, hey, this guy, it can't work out. I don't know, man, because you got to think the roster is getting older, and they kind of suffer from they have almost like a burden of talent on that team right now, and where they have so many good players, it's really hard to build consistent rotations out of that. And then you got a guy like Ronnie. I mean, Ronnie is a monster on the Dorito sides, and he doesn't get a ton of playing time just for the fact that they have so many other elite players on that team. So you have to start wondering, what's the point that we get rid of bodies to give Ronnie his points now,
Well, I mean, I think the people that get the least amount of points probably would be, Ronnie, Devin, and Nico. So, but I feel like Ronnie gets, the lion's share of the points out of those 3 guys.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, to you, as you guys as pros on teams, would you rather have a guy like Ronnie around where he's really good, really young, or hang on to a veteran that maybe only has, a year or 2 left of, really elite play?
And I don't know. I think
That's tough.
I don't think you can cut those. You're not cutting Chad. You're not cutting Mishka unless he wants to go. You're
Which
not cutting
Chad?
Fedorov. George.
Oh, there's 2 Chads on there.
Yeah, but I think.
Well, Yaya's the GM of that team.
Yeah,
He's not
true.
going
True.
Yeah.
So wait, hey, say his name again.
Huh?
Say his name again, Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny. The way you said it, your accent was funny. Well, we got.
Maybe they're cutting Fedorov.
Hey, shout out to James Hall real quickly, who's on the other side of the room, chiming in, watching the show live on
Is that
YouTube.
Oliver on your wall back there?
Yo, your boys are
Thanks.
spinning your wheels, man. Your boys are spinning your wheels. Listen, stay with your team, get to know the guys, have a good time, practice a bunch together, then you're gonna win.
Yeah, there you go.
How many years you got to stay with your squad till you get that?
20.
20, yeah. It only takes 20 years.
That's right.
Easy. It's nothing.
You gotta really, you know, you're gonna get good right when you start hating each other, and you gotta push through that, and then you're gonna be good.
When did you start hating Ryan?
Damn,
About 15 minutes after I met him.
So what's up, Eggy? Give us some rumors. What's the Hormesis rumors?
Dude, we're living, man. We got big plans for next year. We got some great products and some great collabs, and yeah, just excited to be a part of it, and just looking forward to growing with the community and keep having fun. Definitely brought me new life, obviously, with you know, the exceptional Snake Player of the Year performance that I threw down last year, and yeah, just excited to do it all over again.
I was just saying, I was dying when you were on PTG with Dalton, and you made your huge grandstand, making everyone else's case for Snake Player of the Year, and then just chipped yourself.
But then I realized I didn't even play one of the tournaments in the Snake. I played that dirt tournament in the Doritos.
Yeah, but you were so good at Chicago. Like, to me, our argument internally on giving you a nomination was surrounded by, like, for 25% of the events, you were the best player in the world, period, at that spot. So how about you look at a guy like you for that?
Well, then also in World Cup, I brought, well, number one, I'm telling the rest of the team how to play the Snake. So when I'm not a Snake, that's basically my proxy in there. So you can also count that whenever Mike Arena does something good, you can accredit that to me.
Anytime
also,
the Chad George does something good, anytime Kyle, Mouse, any of those guys do anything good, that's also
I heard rumors
a sprinkle
that
of Alex's
Kyle
pixie
actually
dust.
calls you like mid-match, and you give him advice during the game.
Dude, I love cheering for Kyle. I mean, obviously I want to win the tournament, but when I see Kyle do well, I'm like, yes, Kyle.
He's my biggest fan up there.
Yeah, I am. And then Ryan's like, dude, shut up, Alex. I'm like, he's like,
I don't say that.
He thinks I'm being disingenuous. Like, I'm genuinely rooting for you.
So Alex has been on this big hype train. He hypes everybody up on the team, but he overdoes it. And you know that, like, you're like, come on, dude, people, they have to see through this, Alex. They have to see through it.
It's genuine, bro. I'm happy for people, man.
Hey, I'm looking at piles and piles of Play Like a Kid Hormesis shirts right now. I'm looking at
Nice, yeah, those are
1,
gonna be
2,
tight.
3, 4, 5, 6 piles of these shirts, like piles of them, stacked up everywhere.
It's the move. Play like a kid.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, let me get some of them. I'm trying to bootleg.
You got it.
I'm trying to bootleg.
When you can have whatever you want. Just let me know. Just let me get that Snake Player of the Year award. Listen. Also, World Cup, maybe I didn't have an outstanding performance in the Snake. I did my job, but I will say, like, I brought the team up. Like, if there's a player of the year, just period, that should be it.
I agree.
Motivator
We're not
of the
going to
year.
vote. We're just going to give it to you.
Tap
We're
it
not
in.
gonna vote.
Tap it in. This is my last chance.
I do think you saying that, though, is funny because a couple people that have, like, I've gotten messages about all the Dynasty guys on this list. Like, I keep saying this year was hard because it was really hard to not just make this the Dynasty Awards because you got, like, it's really hard to not argue you guys at a lot of these spots. You know, you're kind of an asshole if you don't to an extent.
Agreed. Don't be an asshole.
Agreed. Yep. Don't be an asshole, Quinn. Don't be an asshole.
So Quinn, let's
get into more rumors, man. Now that Eggy's in here, I want to hear his
I just wait. All the Iron Man guys quit. What was that story?
It seems like they have like 2 players left on their roster.
What about Nick Sloviak?
He hasn't said anything.
He's
about
kind
it.
of
He's
quiet.
in the chat room.
Yeah, he's in the
not
chat.
signing back on. You heard it here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That guy can. He's really good. He can build a team around him if he takes it seriously.
I could see him
but
going
the
to X
problem is
Factor.
There's not talent out there. Who are you signing to be beside Nick? Like
You just mentioned a ton of guys. You go out and you get LJ Woodley, you get LJ Parrish, John Jackson, all these guys that are available.
John Jackson's out.
Yeah, I heard
We
LJ
get him.
recently
We
became
get
available.
him.
He'd be a good signing for LA.
No, I don't know, man. I mean, it's Iron Man will put a team out there. You could bet on that.
I just think it's tough, man. I don't know what.
I just don't think there's gonna be. There's no
I mean,
motivation. There's
Go
no
ahead.
motivation for players to go and join the team.
I guess.
Yeah, that's the problem. If there's only two
I mean,
guys
hey,
on the
if you're a
team,
mid-tier player, probably now is going to be the best chance you have at getting any kind of
Yeah.
money to play this game because they're going to need players.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
and you don't even need to get money. Just like if you want to get into the pro thing, it's the stepping stone, right?
Yeah.
Kyle knows. Like, I mean, dude, you joined the Ironmen, and the Ironmen weren't very good at that point, and you were part of kind of a rebirth of that team, and you, B Short, Alex Rodriguez, like there was guys on that team that were really green, and then ended up Scott Kemp, like right when you guys kind of left the team was right when you were getting pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes time, but yeah, you can get a bunch of guys that are just passionate about it and maybe friends and get them to do it. Like if I was Iron Man, I would go and look at one of these mid-level amateur teams that are D1 teams and just try to gut one of their rosters and say hey, we'll give you a free rise to play paintball. And
Someone said Blast Camp Ironman mix earlier.
That'd be a sick pickup.
something like that. Something like that. Yeah, or that. Yeah, Blast Camp.
I mean, AC Dallas, those guys that just got.
I wouldn't buy that roster.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, but you have a couple, people to choose from.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm picking between the two, I mean, I'm paying 10 times what I have to pay to get Blast Camp over the AC Dallas roster for sure.
Yeah. What else you got, Juicy? You said Smotrov is going to go to Heat possibly.
That's my personal opinion from things I've heard.
Yeah, and they like Russian guys. They've got some Russian guys. I could see that happening.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that Heat needs another hitter on that team if they want to compete with Impact Dynasty. And I think, again, Infamous next year, because Infamous is getting ready to sign some bodies from what I hear. And I can't imagine Travis isn't going to be signing AAA type guys. So
I know, I know last year they were working on a big deal for Mouse and John Jackson and this big package deal to go to Infamous, and it didn't work out. I mean, I think it kind of, Infamous would have been, they are a top level team, but they would have been a serious contender every time. I feel like if they got those guys. However, they did pick up Ryan Hall, and they got a good group of guys together that practiced well together and were friends, and they put up a great year. And I think a lot better than everyone thought they were going to do.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison is sick, man.
But that's not what it's about, though. It's not about one guy. It's about the team chemistry, and those guys had actually been, even though they were trying to replace those guys every year, they still were able to play together because they couldn't pick anybody else up. And because they played together and just did it themselves, they ended up doing really well.
Yeah. For sure, man.
I thought Smotrov was going to go to
Notorious.
I kind of felt like he was going to go to the Latin Saints because I know he was teaching on there a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, who knows?
Here we go.
I could see him going to Heat. I mean, Heat's probably going to pick somebody up.
I thought you were going to the Latin Saints, Alex.
Dude, that would be dope. I wish they would have called me.
That didn't go through.
You wish.
Yeah, little tequila, couple of El Pastor tacos. That's all I need.
You get to practice in Cabo.
The ones with a pineapple. Ryan knows.
Yep.
So, hey, let's talk about your team, Ryan and Alex, a little bit as well. So obviously Short retired after his burning hot one event comeback. He got to retire on top again. I think we're going to see Brandon Short as a pro head coach this year. What do you guys think?
That's what I
I
heard.
feel like I might have heard that.
I might have heard that too.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's having a kid or just had a kid. That could potentially kill that in a bit. But I mean, I know Short's been killing it coaching divisional kind of teams. I could really see him being the next hot head coach signing. Yeah, it's hard to find guys like him, and he has a great paintball mind. I think it's going to happen.
Skinny just texted me. He said we're both going to the Latin Saints for tacos and tequila.
Yeah. I like how Skinny's watching this, but he's not chiming in the chat.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say, you know half the league's watching this, dude. Come on.
I know.
Skinny is so funny, man. He's the funniest person in professional paintball.
Yeah,
Skinny's the man.
And
I was just check out this picture of me and Skinny breaking out.
I actually saw something that Nick
Ryan's
commented.
here too, actually.
Nick commented earlier. It said the iron gummies. They could.
Name
they
the
could
tournament, Ryan.
Let me
there
see.
You are, dude. You're the only one that shot left-handed. Look at us goon-handing right here.
Yeah, look at you, goofs.
Look at Skinny, man, serving tea, man. You want? How many lumps of sugar do you want with that? Oh man, but he shot somebody. I guarantee you.
There he is.
You shot someone in the parking lot that game.
Yeah. There's Skinny. There's Kevin on the chat right now.
There he is, dude. George sucks at coaching. It's a fact.
Edward, you mentioned in the chat, Edward Dizon about B Short. I don't see any world Brandon plays with Dynasty now that they're a JT team. Brandon is like one of the main HK guys. And
Yeah.
I do not see any chance he plays with. I mean, I think the only reason he came back to Dynasty this event was because you guys were best friends with him. I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah,
he
we
would've done that for another
needed a
team.
body.
Dude, what an epic way to go out, too. Just like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm taking my ball. I'm going home. I just hit the game-winning shot. Bye.
And he didn't even have to play all the matches.
He did miss that shot on Archie at the box, though, man. He missed it.
I mean, that was he made the shot. He just was 2 seconds too late, or not less than
A
2
half a
seconds.
second.
He
Dude,
gogged
we've
it,
all
though,
been there. You
which
look
was
up
okay.
and you think, like, wait, that guy's not supposed to be there, and it doesn't register right away.
Look, I would rather lose the point and gog the guy than like hit him in the leg and win the point.
Same.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting priorities. What? Yeah. So I did see Iron Gummies. Maybe the Iron Men pick up a bunch of the Gummy Bear players.
Aren't they like a D2 roster, though? Like, do you really think that's going to go well?
No, but if you have two guys, if you can't roster two, if you have two guys playing on 5-man events, it's probably not going to go very well either. So I'd rather take.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because you really got to think, man. As competitive as Pro is now, you almost got to be careful of who you're going to pick up because it's the Iron Man can absolutely not risk losing in their Pro spot.
True.
So I don't think you can just pick up some like bag of shit roster either and just say, hey, it's going to work out.
True. I'm sure you can get, and I think the Gummy Bear guys will do. I think there's a handful of them that are pretty good. So.
Dude, if Iron lost their pro spot, man.
Yeah, that'd be sad. I do know. I do have this juicy bit of news. I know that the Expendables that we used to play with in New Zealand are going to be bidding for a pro spot. Want to get a pro spot, but they want to play semi-pro first. And they did officially pick up Brandon Trujillo from the Gummy Bears to play the two minor events and World Cup for the 2022 season. They're also changed their names from Expendables to the New Zealand Titans. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're gonna grab Brandon Trujillo for those three events.
Nice.
So that's exciting.
So are they
Yeah.
just playing semi-pro and assuming they're going to win it, or they're just
Well,
gonna
no.
buy
So
it?
their plan was to play semi-pro and then hopefully earn a pro spot. They're pretty gung ho, and they wanted to pick up two pretty solid semi-pro players, or even a pro player if someone would want to jump onto their team as well.
Hey, good luck with that, dude. Semi-pro is going to be hard to win this year.
Yeah,
It's not going to
yeah.
be an easy division. I mean, you got to get past AC Dallas.
I literally could give a crap for the past 15 years about any like, off-season rumors and like players switching teams and any of that stuff. But like, Quinn, you really have made it cool again. It's like, oh, what's Quinn gonna say? Like, what's he got? Like,
I could give a crap.
yeah, like I feel like a kid. Like, you know, I now care for some reason that the Latin Saints are shooting Luxes now. Like, what?
Wait,
I don't
so
know. I mean, it's interesting stuff because I say all the time, like everyone loves to go on and on about like and romanticize storytelling and all that shit. It's great. I love telling stories. I think it gets people talking. But like again, if your favorite player is potentially on the move, I just want to know about that. Like me, I'm a huge LJ Parrish guy. I just want to, that's all I care about. Feed me any LJ news you can get. I want to know where he's going.
Funny story about LJ. So I was playing with him on Aftershock in the Woods Ball tournament.
Alex, get closer to your mic.
Sorry, I was playing with him in a Woods Ball tournament on Aftershock, and number one, we play Saturday and we don't do very well. And he's like, "Bye, I'm going rock climbing tomorrow." I'm like, "What?" Just leave. Anyway, we're playing right, and I'm supposed to go to this front spot, and he's going to go to the spot behind me, and we're going to do this game plan. So I get to start first on the flag box. The game starts. I start running, and all of a sudden, he like shoots past me, and I'm like, "Shit, you're fast!" And he goes to like the back spot before I go by, and he's like already shooting. Like I'm like, you should have just went to the front spot. So I run by the front spot.
I love how you were surprised that he was faster than you. Like you're like fucking
I didn't. I
like you're
wasn't
a fucking
surprised. I
hot
was
rod,
like, damn,
dude.
you're fast.
You're surprised 23-year-old LJ was faster than 900-year-old Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 30 though. He's 30 something. He's no spring
Yeah,
chicken.
you're almost 40.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Who's the better player, 30-year-old Alex or 45-year-old Alex?
I don't know. That's a good
That's a
question.
really good question. Probably 30-year-old Alex.
Hey, look, if 30-year-old Alex had 40-year-old Alex's brain, then 30.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Player.
He just needs 28-year-old Alex's legs.
That's right.
or anybody else's legs.
Wait,
Alex,
so who did Short coach at World Cup?
Oh, the Latin Saints.
Yeah, the Latin Saints.
Oh yeah, the MX Dead Legion is what
Yeah.
they're called.
Yeah, he coached those guys.
And he's rumored to coach pro next year?
So he'll probably coach them.
Yeah, he's gonna coach them for sure.
Mhm.
Dude, he's
Your
gonna
words,
get
not
a sick
mine.
deal, man. And they're gonna be HK. He'll get the El Pastor tacos and all the tequila that I wanted.
Yeah.
Big butt.
Dude, the Latin Saints guy was walking around with a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. He's ready to go.
Yeah. And he walked
He
walked straight up to
like candy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, and he walked
I
straight up
remember
to
the first World Cup I went to, you remember Doc's Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I have a Doc Traders jersey in my other room.
Doc brought like a bunch, just like hired a bunch of girls that just stay with them and all the teammates for the whole event for all World Cup. So tight.
That's the way to
Hired
do it.
girls.
Dude, that guy was amazing. We need more guys like that back in paintball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we agree.
Definitely need more Johns in paintball.
Yeah.
Rest his soul. God rest his soul.
So I hear Dynasty's making one more signing.
You think so?
Is that true, Ryan? What you're like the CEO of Dynasty LLC, right?
The answer is no unless it's Kyle.
Yeah. I don't know if we're picking up anybody else.
I'm still waiting for a callback from Kyle. But
You haven't called me.
Ryan,
You
break
sent me
down
text
the-
messages.
Break down the process that you guys bringing in Damien a little bit to me. A couple of you guys were talking to me about Damien prior to the signing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously, I tried to talk him up a little bit because that's my man.
Okay.
But what made you want him?
well, he came to one of our practices, and I was
So
talking
Alex,
to
I don't know
him,
if you
and he
I
said-
know that you like to talk a lot, Alex, but I don't know if
He
you
said that-
you obviously
he said
weren't listening
that,
to Quinn when he said,
he was
"Hey
in the
Ryan, let me
final
hear you
round."
the let me hear the decision-making process that went into it." So he had my name first. So that leads me to believe that he wanted to hear it from me. Now, I would let you tell the story, except you, of course, weren't at practice either one of the 2 weekends. So for you to tell the story of how he came to practice and played really well is crazy that you even knew that because you weren't at practice. So I'm going to go ahead and take it from here if you don't mind, Al. So,
You better mute me right now.
So because we were a little banged up because guys like Alex were falling apart at the prior event leading up to World Cup, Kevin decided that and Alex wasn't going to be there at practice the weekend one, that we wanted to get a roster or 10 guys at the field, and Damien had been kind of in town and wanting to play with us. Josh Howe, actually from HK Army, introduced me to him at one of the events, and so I grabbed his phone number and I hit him up and said, "Hey, we want an extra couple of bodies. Would you mind coming out?" And I know that his team wasn't practicing weekend one; they only practiced weekend two for the events. So we got him, and actually, lucky enough, we also got Brandon Short to come out as well for the Saturday and Sunday. Well, Short kind of ran out of juice on Saturday. But we had him come in, and he did all the jobs that we asked him to do. And what really stood out for us was not just his ability to make to his spots or kind of go to the positions, but he adapted all of our calls really quickly, and he's really good at communicating, which is hard. It's
not
hard
to
to say.
interrupt. You know
Yeah.
why that is?
What? Yeah.
So with newbies, all of the guys on our team, well, not all of them, half of them were Dynasty 2 like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And absorbed all of your calls back then.
Oh, interesting.
And they've just been a thing now. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is definitely a good point. So yeah, he definitely had a leg up that we weren't aware of, but that definitely stood out to us quite a bit. And then his ability to stay alive and not making stupid mistakes. Like we were getting kind of beat up by Uprising, and he was staying alive. He was making the right moves. He obviously wasn't getting shot stupid. We also had Ben Sloffer come out that weekend as well. Marcelo and he's a product of the BKI camp, Team USA and everything. Hey Alex, you want to get a new keyboard that isn't from 1987?
Typewriter?
Yeah, the typewriter that you're using.
I'm just waiting for that noise when he slides the thing.
Yeah.
back.
So, he just did all the right things that first weekend. So hopefully we didn't make a big mistake. I'm not sure. Plus, Alex is a big fan of The Bachelor, and I believe he was a contestant. Or he was going to be a contestant on it. So that really stood out to Alex.
I mean, let's be honest. The guy is beautiful.
So yeah, and Alex wasn't there at either one of the 2 weekends of practice. So yeah.
mean, that's why he's so good, man. He saves all of his juice for the events.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's actually false. I was there at practice when Damien was there. I just had to leave to go trick-or-treating the next day. I went there one day, and I was playing behind Damien, and I got shot every time. Like, he was just by himself. I'm like, man, sorry, dude. Now I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
man,
what it is,
welcome
right?
to the team. I can't guarantee you I'll stay alive, but, yeah.
I mean, Alex, let's look at this. In this group we're in right now, one of the 3 people has FaceTime me live and shot 4 guys in a game.
Wow.
And it wasn't Ryan, so
No, it wasn't me.
what's that going to say? Who's the best player in here?
Dude, that was the best game of my life, and I had my phone in my hand.
Yeah, this maniac, I text him, like, hey, man, you busy? I want to chat. Calls me in the middle of a game as he's, like, running.
I called
to
you right before the game. I called you right before.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, hold on, man. Runs to the stink off break as he's holding his phone up, shooting his force, and shoots, like, 4 guys out.
That's amazing.
I heard all about that. That was great. All right,
I mean,
Quinn.
it might have only been D6 guys on the other side, but
Yeah,
good man,
he paid them all to stand there. Hey, so Quinn, what other good stuff you got there?
One thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, what is X Factor's plan going to be? I don't think they're just going to roll with only Archie. I have heard LJ Parrish's name thrown around in the X Factor camp as well. I think they need someone that's a little versatile to kind of fill his role. Obviously, Meter had a sick season this year, and he's going to continue to be one of the best guys in the league, in my opinion. I mean, I know we kind of saw Tom Guess with them a little bit, but being that he's from Canada, that kind of makes it tough for teams to fly him in. I think that's why he's had trouble finding a permanent spot.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
What do you guys think X is going to do?
I mean, I don't think. I mean, obviously Archie's irreplaceable. That being said, I really don't think they need anybody. As long as they keep their guys together, they've got Rainey and Meter. Those are kind of their anchor guys. And then if you got Billy, I mean, he's a solid, pretty much every point guy. And all you need then is, Jesse Stevens. He's seasoned now. He's a solid. They have two great ones, and then, they just need one kind of, pardon the pun, X Factor type of guy, which could be Cole. So, and then you've got your bench or your depth, which are Shorty, Bowles, and
Tom Guest.
And I feel like that's a complete team right there. I mean, you could pick up one other guy, but I feel like in LJ Parrish, what does he do? Replace Billy Bernaccia? Or does he play, alongside Billy Bernaccia? I mean, or LJ he can play the one on the Dorito side too, which he did a lot of the times for the Ironman. So he could pretty much be the one anywhere, but he's not a strong glue guy like Archie was. And the thing they're going to miss, I think, most with Archie is just, number one, he just gets an incredible amount of kills. That's the number one thing Archie does. He just shoots a whole lot of people. And then his communication ability, and he knows what to say, when to say it, and what volume to say it at. Which, and like Ryan, he'll be looking right, but we'll see the guy run to the back left somehow. And his field awareness is impeccable. So I think Archie's irreplaceable, but I think the team is fine.
I got you.
I feel like they're still probably pick someone up.
Yeah, and who knows with Rainey also. Rainey is, you never know what he's going to do.
I've been trying to get Rainey to give me an answer for like 2 weeks, and he's like poker faced the whole time. Doesn't give an inch.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Dude, did you see him playing World Cup? He's not going anywhere, man. Maybe
I don't think he'll go anywhere.
Look, maybe he goes to a different team, but he's not going to retire.
Maybe he goes to the Ironman. Maybe he gets a big paycheck to LA.
I don't think he's willing to take that kind of hit. It's not worth it.
Let's talk about two. So we touched a little bit about the Outlaws roster that exploded. So 5 of those guys are going to be forming their own team this year. There's finally going to be another kind of hitter team out of Chicago, which suddenly it seems like the Midwest is coming alive a little bit. I don't know where else we see their other guys go. I mean, Fred Berkeley, he's a talented guy. I've heard his name around a couple camps. Potentially, I've heard him with Diesel. I've heard that a few times. But I don't know, man. Fred's tough because he's a Midwest-based guy, and a lot of pro teams don't like flying Midwest guys around.
Yeah, Fred and Vidal are money.
Well, Vidal's going down to semi-pro. He's the one forming that team. They're going to try to win a pro spot for another Chicago-based pro team.
anyway, I'm a big fan of his, and I feel like on a good team he would excel.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, I think from what I heard, they're taking Jason Stapula, Mike Unger, Haber, and Vidal down to basically form this semi-pro team. I do think one name that's interesting as well that I've heard around has been Christian Collins from their roster. Obviously, he's a little green in terms of kind of the experience in the pro division, but he's clearly a freak athlete. I mean, I'm sure you guys see him around the pits with his shirt off. He's a monster. I could easily see him getting picked up by a team just as kind of a flyer to say, hey, you know, if we can kind of get this guy a little bit of veteran teammates around him, he could arguably become, you know, the next Mouse with his level of athletic ability.
And I love Chris Collins. He's like he's like into the community. He does a lot of coin duels. He's out there grinding. Yeah, big fan of his too. I don't really know what kind of player he is. I haven't seen him play enough, but as a person, he's certainly into it and cares. So yeah, I'm a Chris Collins supporter, absolutely.
I mean, Kyle, do you have any view on that? I think you probably went up against Chris a couple times in the Snake, right?
I don't have any comment on that one. I'm not too aware.
You're like, all I could read was his name on his jersey.
I don't think we played out.
I know. I mean this in all due respect. I have to see the face to match. Like
all you know is that he has a cool looking pack.
Okay. I did just after that rumor allegedly that someone offered Mouse a lot of money. I reached out to him and he said, no, they must. Well, first he said, is there such thing as a big offer in paintball? Which is kind of funny. And then he said, no, I don't know. They must have texted my old phone number because no one told me this.
No, I'm not talking to Mouse. I'm talking to the team that's planning to give the offer is where my
so the offer hasn't.
It's got to be infamous.
Dude, talking to Mouse, man, he's like a stone wall.
Look, Mouse is not going anywhere. Look, I talk to Mouse every year about playing for us, and he's like this big run around and wants to come play, and it's just he's just getting deeper into Bart's pocket. That's it.
I don't know. I mean, again, we talked about this before you came on, Alex. Is there a number that is too high? Like Bart would just say, it's not worth it. Is there a number?
I mean, I would say it's probably like 100,000.
Jeez.
Dude, Kyle, look, people want you back to the team, man. It's just all in the chat. Everyone wants it. Give the people what they want, bro.
Wouldn't that be kind of bad though? I go back, you guys win, and I leave him back. I go back to Dynasty. I gotta help them win.
Dude, who gives a crap, man? You're gonna have fun with us. No one's gonna remember that.
Yeah.
All you're gonna remember is you're gonna come back on the team, dude. That's the wrong attitude. You just gotta, you come over, have fun. We're gonna eat some El Pastor tacos and drink some tequila and have a good time, dude. Maybe
I thought that was the Latin Saints.
Stuff in between. They'll just think you've been on the team still since 2013, 10 years.
Dude, we'll give you one of these.
Remember that? Remember the glory? You ran back and you shot that fool running for the buzzer. You saved the whole tournament.
That fool. Look at him, and now he's retired.
Yeah. Who was that going for the buzzer?
Greg
Chad
Sewers.
George or something?
Greg,
yeah, Greg.
And now he's retired.
Excited, Greg. Good, yeah. Now he's retired.
Yeah.
We call him excited,
Plus,
Greg.
hey, as a signing bonus, we'll give you one of these jackets too.
Wow.
Hey, let's
Tough
see that.
offer
Turn
to
around.
pass up.
Yeah,
Turn
look
around.
at
Let's see the back of
look at the back.
What do you got?
Am I too tall now? Is this right? Can you see it?
Well, there's a lag. There's a lag because I'm just waiting for it to.
Yeah, I got a lag. I'll tell you in about 3 seconds.
That's
I can
nice.
see it. Oh wait, I see. Yeah, that's right. You guys are on the.
Let's get
I do have something cool to show. I saw Ryan's new strap for this next year that he got.
Oh boy. There's also, I see all the neck tags too. We got neck tags that are gonna go on the inside of these things. Every single one.
I found
a
this
custom neck tag.
I found this strap. Ryan stuff.
That's the new strap, huh?
That's the new strap, huh? I got all the sticker sheets and the bumper stickers right here too.
Shout out to Island Design too. I'm rocking one of these new shirts.
Yep. Oh yeah. He sent the spick and
one.
span. I'm at the office right now. I'm watching. They're quietly working in the background. tiptoeing. We got the whole operation going on in silence around here. They saved us. So
Hey, one thing let's talk about here too. Let's
Uh-huh.
talk about damage.
okay, let's hit damage. Did they get the two Revo guys or what?
So that still seems like up in the air. So they cut Michael McGowan from the roster. He was with them, for a little while. He's gone. They did sign Jared Lackey away from NRG, which again, that's the third body now that NRG has lost this offseason. I kind of look Jared. I don't know where they kind of see utilizing him, honestly, because I feel like he kind of plays that like hybrid 1.5 role a lot for NRG. Like obviously they're not going to use him in the snake as a one with Keith in that spot. I can't imagine he's going to be playing behind Keith when they have Brian Smith there. So that is a bit confusing for me, and that kind of makes me think I don't think we're going to see any other kind of signing from Tampa Bay. To me, that feels like a desperation signing a little bit.
They lost Brad too.
Yeah, because he retired. So that's why this signing is weird to me because I think it doesn't really fit any spot. I don't know, man. I heard stuff earlier in the offseason that it might not be surprising if Keith wasn't there at the beginning of this next season. That seems like it's died down a little bit. But I don't know, man. Tampa Bay's weird. I don't see why anyone would want to sign there. It's a really old roster. But as you said, with this stuff swirling with Revo, I've heard that same thing as well. We might potentially see, them lose two additional guys, and maybe that's why they did sign Benny.
Did Dan Zaleski retire?
Yeah.
Man, just come on, man. Just tough it out a few more years. These guys are like right on the precipice of being really good. I mean, they are really
It's
good.
easy
Winning.
to keep holding on when you got like 50 wins already under your
Yeah.
belt. You can be like, oh, man,
Yeah,
let's
but
get
I'm
10
like
more.
I'm like a fan of those guys, man, because they remind me of us, right? They're friends. They came up together at 187. They kind of changed their name and merged with some other guys and really became better. And they just they're a top level team. They've beaten the best teams. They beat us. They beat Heat. They beat Impact. They beat all of them.
Well, you'll be
At
happy
a
to
certain
hear. I
time.
did just get a message from one of the main Revo guys. He said there's no one leaving the roster. What they have right now, out of Dan retiring, that's the roster they're going with.
Wow! Shout out to Revo watching the show.
Booyah! Who's
Booyah.
out there? Talk to me.
Let's see. I wonder.
Marulo.
I saw Meter in the chat box too.
Yeah,
Meter's
Meter's
in
here.
for sure, dude.
Yeah,
Meter's,
Meter's
the man.
always in here.
I'm a huge fan of Meter.
Meter, you're the
He
most
could be-
underrated player in the game.
He could be one. He could be. He's like one of my top 5 guys, I think.
Yeah.
I've been saying that at the beginning of this year. I said when we picked all-star players, like Meter's gonna have a great year.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you look at that. 101 likes. Time to give away a headband. Come
That's
on,
true.
man.
We could give away a headband right now, and you got to dish out something like the juiciest, dirtiest rumor that you got.
Me?
Quinn.
I thought you were talking about Alex. I mean, Alex, you wanna give out the big rumor that Ollie's coming back?
Well, he is going to come back for the interviews for the show, so that's
There we
when
go.
I'm going to call in a terrorist threat on him. So he can't go back to Bali. Yeah, so he'll get flagged and he won't be able to travel back.
So
He doesn't have to play then. I mean, he needs money to survive. He's gonna have to play.
Yeah, get out there, man. Shake your wee wee.
so
Shout out to Alex too for this nice early Christmas present.
Dude, what'd you
The
get?
white boxes are so sick.
What did I send you?
What did I get?
Oh, Trauma. That's right. You're on Trauma.
Yeah, no, I wasn't on Trauma, but that was
There were your boys.
he was
Yeah.
trying to be
Gridlock,
on
man,
trauma.
Get it right.
yeah.
Good luck.
I won't be selling this thing.
Dude, we should
Thank
make a
you.
gridlock band. Let's call those
Gonna
guys.
make a gridlock one.
Who is in charge of gridlock?
No, what you should make is a WCK for life one. That was like the whole program.
Over there?
Like that was like the, I don't know. I guess it would be like a fraternity of all
Who
the
ran it,
guys.
Rob?
Well, WCK for life was like it's basically like what you consider like HK Army before they became a business.
Oh, that's what we should
Okay,
make. You should
got
make a Hostile Kids headband.
Yeah.
Technically, we
No,
own
look,
the name.
we fully cleared it with Tyler Humphrey and those guys before we made the Trauma Band,
Yes.
and we sent them a whole bunch of them, so they're stoked, and you know
Yeah.
it's all good there. We make sure to do that before we use somebody's name or likeness or whatever.
When are we getting the PB Fashion edition one?
Yeah, I
Isn't
mean-
that the same as HK, the PB Fashion?
No, different, slightly different, but technically, just so everybody knows, we own the HK Army likeness and brands. We played them for it several years ago.
No, we didn't. We played for the shield, the Iron Kid shield.
Oh, the shield.
They made so number one, we ripped off the Iron Man shield, so we're
Yes.
like, okay, we're gonna be Iron Kids, and
There's
sure
one
that-
juicy rumor. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Dynasty makes career ripping off good teams.
yeah, right. So then we're like, imagine what those guys thought. Like, yeah, we're with these kids using our logo, whatever. And then HK made Hostile Kids in the shield, and we're like, you can't use our shield, when it, you know. And then we played them at SC Village, and we just like slaughtered them.
Well, they said
And
we'll
so-
play you for the name and the logo.
Yeah, right. And they still use it too, so whatever. Anyway, I've got this sweet Vajra headband, Ryan. It's a really nice one. Actually, Archie just requested one of these, so I sent one to him. And you can give it away on today's show.
Okay.
It's a beauty.
All right, we will. We'll add that to the
Do you want me to give away something?
110 likes, baby. Dude,
Yeah.
Quinn, you're doing enough, man. You are crushing right
Dude,
now.
I'll give away something.
You're making it interesting.
Yeah, you.
Quinn, I never
will
told
say
you.
that-
I really like your name. It sounds like a character out of Star Wars.
Dude,
Quinn
everyone
Nader.
says that. I do that
like
so
Quinn
much.
Nadeau, yeah. Quinn Nadeau shot first. Anyway, I will say that I think the pickup, other than Archie, the pickup of the offseason was Rob Velez. I know that, like, your roster was a little bit full, and I know you guys parted ways, not because he was, like, bad. It was just, like, he didn't get... He really didn't get to play.
it was mutual, like
Yeah.
mutual.
It
It was
was-
just for better. For
It was a lot of
him.
traveling for him, but a guy like that who then gets to spend a year or two on a team like Impact really becomes, I feel like, a much more valuable player. Like, if
For
we
sure.
had the room, I wanted to get Rob Velez. I've played with him before in Woods Ball. He's a great guy, great
He's a
teammate.
great teammate.
And he has a lot to give on the field as far as like strategy goes and you know, in-game contributions. I mean, he's still got a lot of gas in the tank, and I feel like he's like at the top of his game right now. So I feel like that's a really nice addition to the Revo roster, and they could even, I mean, with the addition of Rob Velez, they could lose some guys and still be really good. So I think that was a great call, great move by Rob. I was kind of pulling that he would end up over on DMG, but the traveling probably was no good. And yeah, man, I think that's a great move.
I mean, Kyle, what do you feel about that? I mean, I've been slightly outspoken about Impact solely for the fact that, again, I always say with the higher end teams, you guys really have the burden of talent where it is hard to make a team work when everyone is really fucking good because A, you got to get everyone playtime, and B, I mean, it's really hard to coach and figure out how to utilize all that talent. Do you see you guys making any sort of moves or what's in the pipe? Because, I mean, I know basically every team in the league I can get rumors and hear things on except you guys, dude. No one on Impact talks.
Yeah, I mean, we like to keep everything pretty quiet, but we were definitely talking about getting some other players, but you know, as our team is right now, we basically have two people for every position, and obviously we didn't have the strongest, you know, end to the year. From how we started out, so there's always a question like, well, is there something wrong? You're getting in your own head. What changes do we need to make, and whatnot? But I think that's kind of when you. I think we maybe took a step back from there. Like, well, there's not really a problem. It's just we need to figure out how we can make what we have work because it is theirs. It was just
Quinn, it sounds like Kyle doesn't know what the hell's going on.
No,
But I will say
I
this,
think
Kyle,
what
you're onto something there. Like, I don't
He
think
gives this
that,
honest, amazing answer, and you all right, moving on.
no, I will say he's onto something. He's right though. You don't overthink it. It's not that you need to replace something that's not there.
Yeah.
You've got all the pieces. You just need to put them together.
Yeah.
And adding somebody where you think it might help you might just make it more complicated.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, when you have a roster of super elite players, I mean, you saw the same thing happen with Heat, like through the middle of the year too, as well. Where I mean, that one event we both got knocked out like first round on Sunday.
By Revenant.
Yeah.
Are you making these?
You start to like wonder. Well, it's like I think sometimes it's almost like some overconfidence. Like you're like, what? Like we're supposed to be in the top 3, top 4 at least. Not much less even the finals. And then so you're like, what's wrong? And then you start to like you overthink and get in your own head, and then instead of just kind of going back to the basics, in our team we say just being a soldier, because you have a lot of strong paintball minds on there. Everyone of those players on that team could go help or be the number 1 player on any other team and run a team. So it's kind of hard to where you like have to pull back and not put your opinion out there so much that it starts to conflict everyone's opinion. It's like I remember we had a tournament when I was with Dynasty 2014. What was that, Riverside, when there was still the Challengers division, and we were going into that match. Who was it? I think it was against Houston Heat, actually. It was us versus Houston Heat to see who was going to go down to Challengers division. And I remember the whole tournament, like you guys, as in the older legend guys, were conflicted. You 4, Oliver, Yosh, Alex, Ryan, were conflicted on the way the field should be played. And the other 4, 6 of us were kind of like, we just like need some guidance, and we're on both sides. And I remember sitting there before that match started, and like Rusty's like, all right, this is what we're doing here. And then someone else was like, no, wait, I thought it was this. And I remember going, oh, fuck. Like, and then I was like, we're still, and we had this long 3-hour meeting the night before, just like everyone, whatever, it doesn't matter if we like choose the not the most advantageous strategy. Like if we're all on the same page, we'll still carry it out better than if we're split on like what the better strategy is. And obviously it showed, and we lost that match. So I think it's just a matter of getting everyone on the same page, and a lot attests to like what Alex is talking about. Being with the team for a while, you can't have that like.
Good, and that's great experience there. And Ryan didn't play though. That was why we lost.
Yeah.
Oh, you were not that event.
No, I was there. I remember
I
injured my knee.
Oh, that's right.
He got bit by a mosquito on his knee and didn't play.
But yeah, no, I think it's just all about being on the same page. And
that was glorious though, man. We went down to the Challengers, and then we rose from the ashes.
Yeah,
and made it back up.
Barely.
Those were the days, man. Yeah, I remember that. The tournament was a disaster, and there were some bad calls in that match.
Yeah,
we got whatever.
Dude, that's how it goes. You either win or the refs fucked you, right?
I mean, I've never actually legitimately lost a game. Every time I've ever lost, it was because of a bad call. And I've never been on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Every
totally.
time we've won, it was fair calls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, naturally, you guys are you're talented players. It's always pure.
It's the nature of paintball. Yeah. But yeah, man, we've been on both sides of that many times. So whenever I see something happen, whether it's for us or against us, now I just shrug my shoulders and say, let's go to the next one.
Hey Quinn, do you have a little bit of trivia? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. If you want to give something away, trivia is always a really good one, and I know that you are just ripe with facts and stuff like that.
I could give you some random. I could give you some shit that people probably have to think about for a while. We can say now.
Well, it's up to you. If you want, you don't have to give anything away. I know you were asking or thinking about giving something
Alex,
away.
do you care if I give away headbands that you give me?
Like, you can't give away the ones for the prizes.
Hell no, no one's ever getting that.
You can give away headbands, and I have one to give away too.
Or you could just come up with the trivia for the one that Alex wants to give away.
Yeah,
I'll
you can do that too.
Good trivia for it, man.
You could just come up with all the trivia for all the.
Yeah, we need you for the trivia.
So to win this band,
okay, wow.
I'll show it to you after you win it. What it is.
Awesome.
The trivia question is: In 2006, what two Smart Parts sponsored pro teams teamed up in Europe to create a super team?
Oh, that's a good one.
2006.
It was two Smart
I know what it
Parts
is.
pro teams. And they used the name. You got to know the name. You can't just pick the two teams. What
Okay.
name did they play?
I know the two teams for sure. Really good one. Are you monitoring the?
Yeah, watch the chat because
Yeah, I will.
I don't know the
one
answer.
that my answer is when I see it, I'll hit it.
So no one's right yet. I know this one. That's a really good one.
Dynasty Impact. They weren't even a team in 2006.
Dude, you're the man, Quinn. That was a really good one.
I haven't
I
seen
have a
them,
good
man.
one. I have a good one. I have a good one after this.
I've seen
That's
half
on my
of them,
headband.
man. I've seen half of the right answer. Alex, who do you think it is?
I mean, I think Strange is part of it.
Wrong.
Wrong.
No? Shit.
Wow.
Wrong. I'm glad that I finally know.
The team name was like the best team name in pro paintball history too, by a mile.
So I don't remember what they're.
Yeah, I remember.
Don't say anything.
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
A bunch of people have gotten half of it right.
Yeah.
I've seen the other half of that name that mentioned, but I haven't seen both together.
No, I've seen. You're right. I don't remember what the team name was, but I do know what two teams it was.
It's like the most obvious team name once you know the two teams. Bam!
Oh, there it is.
John Grable got it. The Philly Dogs!
Philly Dog.
Dang. Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't know that one.
The
Yeah.
team that half of it was made up of elite players and the other half was a bunch of not good players.
That's a nice way to say it.
All right, here's my question.
So wait, just so everybody
Hold on,
knows.
Let me show what they want.
Let's
Oh,
just
yeah,
so
let's see.
just so
What
we
do you
know, it was this. It's the Naughty Dogs and the Philly All A's
Dude,
calling themselves the
dope.
Philly Dogs.
Double happiness.
Double happiness coming
Nice.
your way to
Look at
John
that.
Grable. Congrats, John Grable. Let's get a
Beauty, it's a
big
beauty.
thanks for Quinn.
I'm
And,
just trying to keep it good, man.
yes,
I'll send you another one. I'm gonna put it on my notes right now, Quinn. Send
That was a
Quinn.
good trivia.
chili cheese. That was a great trivia.
Do we need more random trivia?
Alex has got one.
Okay, this is from my band over here. It's a Vajra. It's a gold. Actually, we're calling this color clay and gold Vajra. So it's pretty slick band. I
Vajra.
actually had a couple requests from pro guys who really liked this one, so sent those ones
If I
out.
get the answer, can I have it?
I'll send you one anyway, Quinn.
Yeah, but I want to rip someone off in here. I want to take someone else's
Sure.
opportunity.
You might not know this actually. So, listen. Here's the question. It's an impact-related question. So
Okay.
before Impact was formed, what was the name of the amateur team that Bart and his sons were on?
Ooh, I know this one.
That's hard. That's real hard.
I don't know. Is it?
Dude, start Googling, baby.
All right, so say the question again.
Google it up, Quinn. Go
What-
to
Where
the
the fuck
keyboard.
would that even be on Google?
I know what this one
actually
is.
have that exact magazine like 3 feet away. I could pull it.
So say the question again. It's
I remember meeting them in Toulouse in like 2000, maybe 2003 or 4. The team that Bart and his sons started together. and
before
played on.
Impact.
Yes.
And just an interesting little bit of a tidbit about Dynasty's history is we had Impact as in the running for our team name before we started, before we landed on Dynasty.
I actually,
Wow.
I voted for Impact. I was like, you can't start by naming yourself Dynasty.
Yeah.
Low
Bold
impact.
move
impact.
for like an 18-year-old kid.
Low impact.
Kyle, do you know this?
No, I don't actually.
Wow,
Dude,
this
that
is a
is
good one.
hard. I will say, I know a lot of random shit. I do not know that one.
Wow.
Penn Island.
I'm excited that I knew both of these bits of trivia. Usually I don't. Usually I'm like, oh,
I actually wouldn't even have guessed it was a European team, man. I would have definitely guessed Canadian X-Ball.
I want to see if I can find it before everyone else.
There's no way.
Text Bart.
well, so what we need to do is we need to give them a clue.
Okay, I'll give you a clue.
What year was it?
Okay, there's a bird as part of the name. A bird.
The Bird Boys.
Bird gang. There's a bird as part of the name. If you didn't know, you'd think it was very American.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Did I get it right?
Not the
Jeez,
Toucans.
my computer's going
Ooh,
so slow.
close. No, because they weren't from Philadelphia.
So I remember meeting Bart, like I think it was maybe 2003 or 4 in Toulouse, and he's like, "You got any pointers for us?" And then they like took a dynasty clinic, and then we're beating our ass like
And,
5 days
and
later.
it's two words. It's two
Yeah,
words.
2 words, 2 words.
Oh, Bob the Bear.
Bob the Bear, got it. Screaming Eagles.
Damn. Hey, Bob, did you find that somewhere, or did you know that? Because that's wild.
I think Bob the Bear is someone that we know that has a hidden alien.
Dude, Bart, come on, Bart.
'Cause
know
I've
you're
been
Bob the
I've
Bear.
been seeing Bob the Bear write some.
It's all good, Bart. We know you watch this Pick and
That's
Spin
such
show.
an atheist name.
Bob the Bear's been writing some juicy rumors.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Bob the Bear
They
is.
say the easiest way to find an alias is alliteration. For some reason, people pull to similar letters when they make up names.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
He says, "I knew it, but I didn't know I knew it."
Those 3 B's.
Oh, Bob the Bear. All right. So send Ryan your address, Bob the Bear, or
Yeah,
your-
yeah. Send Ryan your address and name.
Yeah, your name.
There.
That's
Yeah.
now we're really
My
gonna get
name
it.
is
John
Art
Doe.
Akamek.
Yeah. I live in Maui.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get John? Are you gonna get John Grable's info for me as well?
Yeah, I've got John Gray. I'm fairly certain I've got John Grable's info in the system here. John's been a long time. I think he's won a handful of prizes from us throughout the years or the year.
What else are we giving away?
So I'm giving away the massage gun from Opov. Anyway, the massage gun. I'm giving away a pair of Dynasty TRK Air Pants, wallet, poster, 5 of these sticker packs, courtesy of Island Designs. And
And his Pokemon.
Damn, dude, I need that massage gun. I also need you to come over and use it on my hamstrings.
yeah, I got Alex through World Cup with that massage gun.
Dude, you
actually.
did, man. You did.
Yeah.
That was
He-
great.
he
That was
had
the
a-
highlight of my year. Letting him face
He was
down on the bed.
grateful. I used the massage gun on him because he was like, my hamstrings are really tight. So I used it on him. He's like, man, thank you so much. Like, he seemed very sincere and appreciative of it. And then the first thing he does is go, dude, you guys guess what Ryan was doing in the room to me? I laid down. He was just in there like, ooh, let me get in there. Ooh, ooh, just making it super weird.
Dude, that's what makes Alex so funny. He'll get you to do something to benefit him and then just roast you.
Yeah, just roast you. Yeah, he's a bully. He's
Oh, come on,
he's
dude.
just
It's
a
all
bully.
love. It's all love.
He's just a bully.
All love, Ren baby.
Is it not the first time you massage gun someone else? You feel weird doing it, right?
Nah, I
It
felt
feels
fine.
weird.
I'm in physical therapy once a week, and I got some random guy just pushing his fingers into my legs.
Going
and my
to town
groin, so
on you, huh?
yeah. So I'm all right with it. And I've known Alex for a long time. I've seen him throw up and crap himself. So I the whole deal.
That's true.
I saw
All of it's true.
Yeah, I've seen him curled up underneath the toilet. Like I've seen everything.
Ryan's seen my best and my worst, man,
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah.
Look, see, Alex, the people want NFTs.
Dude, I've got some in the pipe. Get ready.
There we
Be
go.
careful. There's a guy out there stealing paintball NFTs right now.
You can steal
Oh,
them.
I'm working on some cool art, and also I've got some cool perks to go along with it. But it's gonna be a couple months. I just want to make sure I do it right.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a process to.
He's doing a custom nude series of him and Ollie for Hormesis. They're gonna wear masks only.
Actually, my concept isn't far off from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I exposed you.
Part of the
If
fun.
you give away
Part of the
that
fun.
stuff though on a show, that's
Wait,
fine.
how is someone stealing paintball NFTs? How does that work?
There's this kid in my team chat that just endlessly roasts me about that, so I just thought I'd say that because he does.
Wait, but it's not real, right?
No, you can't steal them.
You can't steal 'em.
But you can't steal them.
All right. So what have we learned? What have we learned here, Ryan?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to anything you've been saying.
All the Iron Men quit. We learned that, right?
Yeah.
All the
What
Iron
else did we
Men-
learn?
Sloviak's going to sign, maybe with NRG. LJ Parrish has a bunch of teams coming after him, potentially Impact, potentially X Factor.
Impact or X Factor. We've got Nick Sloviak could go to Infamous because he's now in the area, or he
That's
could
a
go
good
to X
Jackson
Factor.
quit.
That's a good fit.
John Jackson is gone. Matt Jackson quit.
No,
No.
John
No.
Jackson.
So John Jackson is
Iron Men
retired.
have
He didn't
two
quit. He's
players
retired.
left currently rostered.
Peyton Tabata is gone to the Navy. And
Silos to Latin Saints.
we think Silos might be going to Latin Saints.
It's a rumor. We can't confirm it 100% yet, but
Well, we're just going. We're just throwing out some stuff that we heard that might possibly be happening.
Maybe Smotrov to Heat.
Smotrov could be going to Heat.
Mark left Thunder without an offer on the table.
Yeah,
Apparently.
bold
What
move.
about Aftermath picking up somebody, a substantial player?
I could see
Dude, I
Aftermath.
talk to Mike all the time, and he never tells me his personal rumors, though.
I could see Aftermath taking. I could see Aftermath taking Corey if the Ironman's ship is sinking. I could see them picking up Corey because he's local in San Diego.
True.
Yeah, that could be a move.
They're like one veteran away from being like a fairly dangerous team in
Hey,
my opinion.
and hey, that's a good question. Dizon Ed Dizon just put up a good one here. Whatever happened to Christian Martinez?
I thought he moved down to play with like his own squad, like his friends. Isn't he in semi-pro right now or D2?
Is he? I don't know.
I know he left the Ironman roster willingly, from what I remember. I forget where he ended up. I think he's playing with a divisional team, and they're trying to just earn their way up.
It said Aftermath picked up Cody from Gummy Bears. Isn't that the guy we tried to get?
No,
Oh, that was Cray.
Cray. But what was Cray's first name?
I think it
Clay.
was Cray.
Yeah, Clay. Yeah, I don't know.
Cray. His name was Cray Clay.
Clay. So yeah, I don't know.
Didn't play with Bro Army.
Yeah, Bro Army.
Christian? Yeah. I think he probably he got injured, so he didn't get it. He didn't make an event, and then I think that I think that he didn't want to ruin his ranking.
That's
He's young,
interesting.
He's like 18, isn't he? He's pretty young.
So in Dizon, we actually just had Clay come in and practice with us a little bit, and he never was actually on the squad. We were talking to him, but then who took him? The
Aftermath?
No. The Glenn's team, the Hunters.
The Hunters.
Yeah, the Hunters.
Hunters are moving up to semi-pro finally.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Finally, they're getting out of that little WCPPL hole that they're in.
Hey,
Is it-
they bided their time well. I mean, they're going to come in the division. I think they're going to be really good.
Is that a team you coach, Ryan?
No, that's
I coached him. I
He's
coached him
coaching
to
him.
win the
Yeah.
last WC.
There you go.
He's in title.
Yeah.
Dude. Check this out, Ren.
Okay, let's see it.
You do pull-ups on
I
there?
do.
Oh, that's cool. Alex,
Wow.
can we see you do a pull-up on that pull-up bar?
Sure, how many you want me to do?
Let's see if you can get one in.
Dude, shit.
What?
How about this? Let's do
Alex actually challenged me to a jump roping competition, and he beat me.
how many pull-ups do you think Alex can do?
I bet
7,
Oh, look at that! Damn!
2, 3, 4,
He's already way
5,
fast, way better
6,
than I thought he was gonna do.
7, 8, 9,
Oh, he's got 10 in him.
10.
Oh,
You
James
had
gets
11.
10.
He
You had
blew
11.
that
You just-
fitness test out of the water.
That,
need a
that would have
Reese's.
been a good.
Need a Reese's peanut butter cup after that.
That'd have been a good trivia.
Fucking crushing them.
There we go.
All right. Well, do we have any more juicy rumors, juicy news at all?
I mean, we dropped a lot of stuff, man.
We
that was
did.
good.
We
That was
gave a lot.
this was a good one. This is a good
I
one.
mean, we went from 0 to like, I mean, we dropped like 20 good things, I feel like.
Yeah, we did.
And I've been secretly spinning the wheel in the background to choose the winners because I don't have a dual screen here, so I can't put the wheel onto another one. So I've got a list of winners here who are getting.
Yeah, right. He's on. I'm jumping on a trampoline. That's true. I didn't show you the trampoline by my feet.
You have a trampoline also?
Yeah, it's right under the pull-up bar.
Oh. So let's see.
Dude,
there's-
Ryan, I gotta
yeah.
say, Ryan and Kyle, a lot of people watch this show because I have gotten an inordinate amount of messages from people sending me rumors, guys
Yeah.
on pro teams confirming or denying things.
Yeah, I know. So maybe in 2022 we'll get a nod for the media for the iconic media award. I don't know. We got a pretty hard snub this
Dude,
year.
you guys got snubbed this year.
Yeah.
Eat it. I don't even know I'm on this show. You're not even nominated.
Yeah, we like it. We enjoy doing it, so it's been fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Dude, big ups to the Spick and Span show. Hit that like button. 124 likes, not too bad.
You want to know
bad at all.
Ryan's level of commitment? Ryan, his internet went down today. He's in the mountains, like 3-hour drive from me, and he was about to just drive home, do the show, and then drive back.
Yeah, but luckily,
Wait, where are you, Ryan? At Island Designs?
yeah, I'm at Island Designs right now. James is over there
Cool.
working
Let's
quietly
get the tour.
and watching. Well, I can't pick the computer up, but I can kind of wiggle this computer around. So I'm actually at James's desk right now, right there, and then that's all of the Dynasty Champions Club's jackets right there. We're getting ready to put I say we because I'm just sitting in here like I'm part of the show. He is getting ready to put all of the neck tags on the jackets. We've already got the patches sewn in. Everything in the back is silk screen, and then they've got every single person is going to get their own individual name and Champions Cup logo put on the back of the deal right here. So he's got all those printed up. There's just a ton of printing machines around, and so I drove straight down here to get I had to get some good Wi-Fi because the entire San Bernardino mountains, someone clipped the cable.
Yeah, those came out pretty cool.
Went to get internet if you couldn't go to their shop. How far would you have gone?
Well, I was gonna
go back
drive.
here.
I was gonna drive all the way home, but I was actually gonna rent a whatchamacallit, a little conference room space at a hotel, and I was like driving to the hotel, and I go,
That's Creator of the Year type dedication.
"That's what
right
I'm
there.
saying. That's what I was trying to tell you a while ago."
What we didn't do last week's show.
I once heard Marcelo canceled a show because he stubbed his toe.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And our show's live. You know, we're shooting from the hip most of the time. So this is actually what's going to go into the neck tags here that are getting ready to be pressed on. So everybody's individual name, along with the size, and a Champions Club logo as well, going in there. So we've
Nice.
got Mr. Booth, Kamoya, Matt, Urowski, Guerins. I don't know. I'm reading them backwards here. Dowell, Raflowitz.
Nice.
Parker. Yeah, so everybody's going to have a custom name tag as well.
Alex, are you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I got taken down last week. Well, that was another reason we didn't do the show the other week, or I wasn't on the show. I thought when I got back from Mexico, I thought I got COVID. I was taken down for a solid week. I ended up
It's a
getting
little Montezuma's revenge.
yeah, it was. Well, I ended up.
Oh.
It was bad. I ended up going to get like blood tests and lab work done. They said I'd gotten the flu, antibodies for influenza, but I don't know from Mexico, which was pretty wild.
Well, damn, I'm
No,
glad you're
I've
okay.
I had COVID, and this was worse than COVID.
Yeah, he was hurting.
Well, we're back.
Yeah,
We're back.
cleared me out.
We're back.
The influenza diet.
Yeah, I got like a nice free cleanse there.
Yeah, no, Tyler was sick too. I think I was listening to the show. I think it was your episode, Quinn. And Tyler was like, "Yeah, I got COVID," and he didn't sound real good. So
Dude, he was,
Yeah,
he was on a show. Like, he had like 103-degree temp, and he did a whole show.
Wow. Wait, he got COVID too?
yeah,
Tyler just did?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's getting sick. I know just last week, 3 of the guys on my team were sick with the flu. Ryan, you just had like a little cold, right?
Yeah,
Scott just told me at the gym 4 or 5 of his employees just got COVID.
Damn.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going around. Well, I know, and then with that, I know that Alex has a message for everybody.
get vaccinated. Don't be a smoke.
I keep hearing you guys use this word COVID. What is that?
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody has a speedy recovery. I know Sloan's a little sick too, but you know, oh look, GP's got it right now. GP's sitting at home with COVID right now. Stinks. 101 fever.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, hope you're doing all right and you get through well. TRG GOAT. Yeah, we got double XL jackets. Also, Champions Club members, we just had our first Intel session on Sunday with Alex Yosh. Well, Yosh was in and out, but Marcelo and Blake, we gave away 2 championship rings and 2 Scintilla wraps as well. So I know a couple people walked away with some cool gifts already, and we're just about to ship all these the bumper stickers, the sticker sheets, all that stuff up to Field 1 to get delivered in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Yeah.
All right, so what are we giving away?
So we're giving away the. So I've spun the wheel already. I've spun it a bunch of times. So I've got I've got Shea Householder is won a Dynasty signed poster. Jeremy S won the HK Army wallet. These sticker sheets courtesy of Island Designs. Timmy Maestro, Isaac Oliver, Josh Baird, Lynn Johnson, and Teal Team all won one of these right here. And then the Mega Support Status members, I had 2 spins right there. Dizon actually won the grand prize, which is the massage gun. And second place,
Whoa.
yeah. Second place went
Congrats,
to
Dizon.
Jeremy S. I'm sorry, Ryan Hessner. Ryan Hessner won the Dynasty TRK pants, courtesy of Team Dynasty and their departing sponsorship from HK Army. Had some leftover stuff. So Teal Team is going to be getting one of these. Also, all Super Mega Support Status members are going to be getting one of these in the mail soon, along with a Spick and Span band.
That fucking keyboard, man.
Dude, that keyboard's serious, huh?
It's like a movie when like a hacker gets on it and they just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swordfish.
I'm not even typing any words. I'm just hacking at the board.
You're just hacking at it.
Dude, how about who's watching The Matrix tomorrow?
Hopefully I have internet. Otherwise, I
I've
might.
never
That's
seen
another.
the
That's another thing I
What?
might drive home for.
You never seen The Matrix before?
No, man, I haven't.
Jeez.
Quinn, wait, you have not seen The Matrix ever?
Should I watch it tonight?
Yeah.
Wait, he's lying.
I'm not lying. I haven't seen it.
You've never seen The Matrix?
Nah, man. When that
That's
movie
one of my all-time favorite movies.
was out, I was on my huge Lord of the Rings kick, and I just didn't care about anything except Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
But Lord of the Rings, the movies weren't out then. They weren't even close to out.
No, yeah.
What do you mean? That came out in 2001.
Matrix came out in 99.
Yeah, The Matrix was years before that.
Really? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. I was young at that point too.
And
Hold
the
on.
only good one is the first one. The
Wait
other
a
ones
minute.
are
Wait a
not
minute. Let's just pump the brakes here for just another couple seconds and just circle back to this. Quinn, you have never seen The Matrix.
No.
Wow.
good. He's gonna watch it, and then we're never gonna hear from him again.
Yeah, then he's gonna be on a Matrix kick. He's Quinn is fired. Quinn, you actually may have just lost some followers and some fans.
I didn't think that good of a movie trilogy that you could say like, oh, that's crazy.
It's not a good trilogy. The first movie is good. That's it.
Then why am I gonna watch it if it sucks?
Man, our show is getting really big. Trevor Reeser just texted me, he goes, damn, where do you think John Jackson's going? I was like, I don't know. And I said, are you watching the show or did someone just text you that? And he said, no, I just saw a post on Facebook.
That was me.
Oh, dude, okay, there we go.
Trevor Reeser doesn't watch the show. Come on,
He
Trevor,
does
get with it.
sometimes.
I'll
He
tell
does
you what
sometimes.
though, he follows Iconic Paintball because he saw me put that post up mid-show.
There we
That's-
go.
that's
Trevor's
right.
the man. I saw him. He had the first tank tangle, and I said, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's a tank tangle." I'm like, "Where do I get one?" Trendsetter.
Trendsetter. 1999 is when The Matrix came out, Quinn, so you have no excuse if you've watched all of the Lord of the Rings, especially because there was a year in between each Lord of the Rings.
They did re-release the
You know
Star
where I
Wars
grew up,
original
right?
trilogy.
You
And
know, Amish country. We didn't get things right away out there.
Sequel to The Matrix is in 2003.
look, I do not have high expectations for this next Matrix.
No, I think it's going to be lousy. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be lousy for several reasons. Mainly because he hasn't even cut his hair from John Wick. So that's the main reason.
Yeah,
I think.
good criteria, Ryan. I like your.
Best Keanu Reeves movie, 5 seconds. What is it?
The new Matrix that comes out
The
tomorrow.
Matrix. I don't know. John Wick was pretty good.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That's Bill and Ted's a good one.
Dude, I gotta pick Hard.
Point Break.
That was a good movie.
Oh, Point Break, dude. You got it, bro. What do you say, Quinn?
Hardball.
Hardball.
Yeah, it's a movie with all those little kids in inner city Detroit, I think it is, and Keanu Reeves is their
2001.
alcoholic betting addict coach.
Yeah. How do I reach these kids? D.B. Sweeney, he's good. Yeah, all right. I don't think I saw this.
Point Break is a
I'm
classic.
gonna watch this.
Of any player in the current pro league,
Yeah,
Look,
topping the
like-
box office the weekend after September 11th attacks. I wasn't exactly going to the movies after 9/11.
but
It came out. All right, what do we do? Oh, go with it anyway. September 14th, release it. Crazy.
any player in the current pro paintball league who looks the most like Keanu Reeves?
Either Yosh or so Yosh actually was Keanu Reeves in the Matrix, the Splat magazine Matrix shoot. Have you seen that?
I have that magazine.
Let me try to find that on here.
Yeah, Dizon put a good.
Oh, Thomas Kim.
Thomas Kim. Definitely not Moorhead. Definitely not Sam Monville.
Who acts most like Keanu Reeves?
Whoa, definitely Chuck Hench.
Chuck Hench. But he's not in the league.
Nick Laval.
Yeah, I could see
That's a
that.
solid comparison.
Yeah.
That's a
Gosh,
good
I
one.
wish I could find this. I know Yosh probably. I know I have it somewhere, but I
I
just.
think Ryan is the only pro paintball player with any kind of Hollywood acting experience there, right?
I do have an IMDb profile. Yeah, that's correct. That's
You're gonna be a
correct.
star, kid.
But I don't
He's
know.
still waiting for that call. He thinks the movie's going to get picked up.
Speed's a good one. There you go, Dizon.
Speed. That one put Keanu on the map.
Maybe.
Oh, for sure it did.
3.
That made him that was his first one where he could be like a real action star. Carry the movie on his own.
Yeah, possibly. There were only 2 people really in that.
He really carried that cast of 2.
He did, man. That was
Yeah.
a great movie. I saw that so many times. Dennis Hopper.
I mean, it is a good movie. You're not
That was a
lying.
good one.
Yeah,
Dude, this
Damien will
this
probably
show's
be a
gone
movie
off.
star
This show's gone off the rails, dude.
Which Damien?
Yeah, it has.
from
Come on,
Dynasty.
Ryan. Get us back on track, Ryan. Come on. This is your show.
Wait, it's
Don't
Damien,
make me save it again.
okay?
It goes until the batteries run out in this light here.
Hey, Alex, I got one more question for you, Eggy.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Will Ryan throw Damien off the team at some point this year because he's too good looking? And he'll get upset and jealous.
You know,
Marcelo would be the one, probably, I think.
it's quite possible, both of them. But yeah, I mean, I have been the not so good looking guy amongst a group of good looking guys, and I'm definitely seasoned in that role, and I don't know if Ryan's going to be able to handle it. So it is definitely a character building type of situation, and I'm curious to see what happens with Ryan and Marcelo's ego. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be
I
tough.
already it's gonna be all right.
Alex has been used to it ever since the day he was born.
I'm used to walking down the street. So if I'm walking down the street with Ryan, Oliver, and Kyle, and me, I get to look at all the girls because all the girls are looking at those guys, and I can see them looking at those guys. That's it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it worked out great.
It's
But
been
Alex is the best talker.
Well, yeah, it takes a while to get to
He
that
carries a
point.
deck of cards in his hands, in his pocket, so that way he can.
I guess
he
you
can do
just are
magic tricks.
forced to develop that.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was a survival instinct.
It's like if you're blind, then you end up smelling and hearing way better than everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you're not good looking, you better be fucking funny or have a lot
Yeah,
of money.
exactly.
Or both.
I will say all the funniest guys in my high school, not the best looking by far. They would always get the hottest girls.
There you go.
Nah.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Do we want to do one more historic rumor that I think either Eggy or Ryan can probably put to bed?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit-
Where did the Marcus Nielsen blackmail tapes end up? Who has them?
You got blackmail. That's what he would say. Remember, LOL, you got
Got
mail?
a trash bag of tapes.
I'm
Oh
in
my
a group
God.
chat with
You
a
got-
lot of those
you got
guys that
blackmail.
would know, and they have no idea.
Yeah, I think Jules Foot has them.
That's gonna be something that just one day, like, it shows up, and it's gonna just probably blow up the paintball world.
Oh no. I don't know where those things are.
Yeah, our career will be over. Canceled. Especially you, Ryan. Canceled for sure.
Yeah, you'd be canceled. We'd all be in the doghouse. Oh, Skinny
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
knows this trivia.
They get dropped at the end of the Iron Kids documentary.
Yeah.
Skinny knows. Yeah.
Skinny knows.
Yeah,
Skinny knows.
they're in Skinny's garage.
Well, I'd say that one of the most profound bits of information and news that came out of this show was that if you want to get an Oliver Lang sighting, make sure you're in San Diego for the Iron Kids taping in February. That's what I
All right,
heard.
who's me? I'm gonna rent a bus. We're gonna follow them around. Who's coming with me, man?
It's not going to be exciting.
No, he looks just like he does in the videos.
Listen, dude, the myth of Oliver is way better than the actual real thing. So just,
It's better. The real Oliver's better than the reputation behind it.
no way.
All right.
Did Oliver say anything about the volcanoes over there, or no?
He did just get back from a long scuba diving trip, which he told me he's going scuba diving. I was like, excuse me?
Oh
The
God.
last time we went scuba diving, it was me, Oliver, and Ryan over there in Indonesia, and we go out on the boat, and Oliver's like, the night before, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go scuba diving, and Ryan and I were like, have you had a class? Like, do you know how to do it? And he's like, oh, how hard can it be? It's simple. It's cake. And we're like, you should take the refresher course or something. And he goes out, first he gets we all get hammered, or he got hammered. I don't think Ryan and I did. And we go out there, and we go down in the water, and we're swimming around, and probably 50 or 60 feet down, and I look over, and Oliver swims over to Ryan and is grabbing at his regulator out of his mouth, trying to pull Ryan's regulator.
No,
out
I
of
went
his
and
mouth.
got Oliver because he was swimming the other direction because he's never scuba dove before, and I had to keep checking his gauge, and I knew he was low on air, so I had to swim over to him because he was going out into the abyss, not following the guide. And when I
I
grabbed
saw
him,
him trying to grab your thing.
yeah, because the only thing that he listened to when I was trying to teach him how to scuba dive on the boat trip out to the dive spot was I said, look, this yellow thing is the extra air. If you ever run out of air, this has more air in it for you. Other than that, here's your inflate and deflate. That's all you need to know. And he ran out of air.
What would be the answer? Would Oliver have sacrificed you to save himself if it meant there was only one source of air?
What do you think? Dude, the first thing, we won World Cup, I probably already told this story, but we won World Cup, and I'm on the phone with Oliver, and we're FaceTiming, and he's like, let me talk to Ryan. So I give the phone to Ryan. The first thing he says to Ryan was, I can't believe you didn't win the Golden Barrel, idiot. No congratulations, no, good job, just complete, starting shit right away. So
Yeah.
it's pretty great.
Yeah. So,
Hey, did you send me, Alex? Did you send me a skateboarding video from the Hormesis Instagram, or was that probably your business partner?
That's all Oliver. Yeah, he does the Instagram. Yeah.
He usually saves us for his page, but I figured it was probably him.
Yeah, no, not me.
that's funny. Yeah. So if it wasn't for me, then there would be
Yeah,
no
he might
Oliver.
be down there in Davy Jones'
Davy
locker.
Jones's locker. Oliver would be swimming with the fishes right now.
I think Ryan would be down there.
Or with eyeballs that popped out of his head from the bends.
No, I'm the only one who knew how to scuba dive, and Alex.
No, but I think he would have just stole your regulator and just.
No,
said,
I handed him my
"There's not
extra
enough air,
one.
Ryan."
Yeah.
I handed him my extra one because I knew that he
Yeah,
wasn't.
he actually tried to hit Ryan over the head with a wrench first. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting that there was a different story on PTG. But all right, it's we're hitting the 2-hour mark here, so we got to wrap it up. I know that these guys here have to start get back to work. I commandeered their office, and they just kind of.
None of us work. We make millions from paintball. You
Yeah.
crazy?
No, not you guys. I'm talking about the Island Design crew that's sitting over there in the background waiting to print these shirts. There's piles of Dynasty and Hormesis gear here that needs to get printed.
All right,
One
juicy.
more sound off question to Kyle and Ryan.
All right, let's
All
hear it.
right.
Is there a personal feud between you and PTG, and why is the answer yes?
I don't think there's a feud. It's like a friendly competition, maybe. I don't know.
I think they were jealous of us at first, but then when we realized when Kyle and I broke it down that we were in completely
We
two
started
different
first.
categories. Yeah, we did start first. But I think that once they realized that we're in two different categories with very similar fan base who supports all of us and we appreciate all of that, then I think that there is no beef or anything.
I'm just messing around. There's no beef.
It's like TMZ versus 60 Minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that you've said that, and for sure they're probably listening now you just stirred it up again, and we're screwed. We're screwed. We got to watch our backs now when I go out to the parking lot. But Quinn, I want to thank you very much for jumping in. I know I said it first. I don't know, jump on for half an hour.
No, man, it was fun.
And you came on big, and I appreciate that, and Alex obviously, and thanks Kyle for getting on even though I was out of town. And appreciate everybody also for jumping in. Congratulations to everybody who won. Happy holidays. Thanks to Island Designs and James for letting me take over his workstation here. Yeah, we're stoked. If you want to hit one more juicy rumor that's allegedly or real, you better hit it up. You got one more chance. Yeah, tell them where to find you.
This isn't a rumor; it's fact. Keep your eyes on my pages because some big stuff is coming like within a week.
Okay, iconicpaintball.com.
Big stuff.
Set your reminders. Also, down below, click all the links. If you are not the lucky Edward Dizon who won the massage gun, you can get a discount code down below and save some loot on a bunch of affiliates and links down in the description. Visit hormesespaintball.com and make sure that the buy button is hot and ready to go for the next drop, because I think you're gonna need that. Make sure you have, what is it, Google Pay or Apple Pay or PayPal Pay? What's the hack these days, Alex?
A bot?
Yeah, make sure you have a bot.
Show up to the Fieldman office with cash. We'll make it work.
I think Alex has his thing on mute.
Yeah, show up to the Field One
Sorry,
office with
yeah,
cash.
you can't. No bots. They don't work on my site.
That's what I use to snipe all my Hormesis headbands.
You can't. Doesn't work.
very,
You have
very
to have the
advanced
password.
bots.
Kyle,
Yeah,
any
that's password.
Tiger Wear drops coming soon?
They are coming soon. We are in the trial prototype of about 8 new headbands, so, and some other products as well. So some interesting stuff. I actually gonna have them at the paintball field when I'm out there. So maybe
Ooh.
some sneak peeks.
Get out to the paintball field. All right. Well, cool, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything, and happy holidays, and thanks a lot for the support.
What a show! Love you guys.
What a
All right.
show. What a show.
Later. Bye.
Det går iväg, jag kan inte andas när jag ser hur det går iväg. Det går iväg.
I cannot breathe,
Jag kan
cannot see,
inte
cannot breathe.
andas när jag
Cannot breathe,
Jag kan
cannot see,
inte
cannot breathe.
andas när jag du går iväg.
Cannot see,
Du går iväg.
my side. I make my own clouds, fueled by my pride. The ship falls away, the night turns to day. Remember why? Fire consumes, ashes remain.
Cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe, cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe. To go to bed. Cannot breathe. To go to bed. Cannot see. To go to bed. Cannot look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between.